weirdness begins. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called Suck Spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello and welcome to the KVJ Show. What the heck is going on? Happy Thursday.
Woohoo! Friday Eve!
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Did you guys work that out ahead of time?
No, but we're just
Did you train for
that
that?
connected.
Wow.
We're so in sync, Kevin.
You just finished each other's sentences.
2 DJs, half a brain.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's actually a great name for a show.
It is.
You
Two
can use
DJs,
that.
half a brain, yeah.
Just give me credit.
Yeah, we'd have to change a lot of things on the logos, but maybe we can work into that. Well, here we are on KVJ TV. You can dial it up. The shortcut's kvjshow.tv, or just go to YouTube and look for the KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jay Bird?
Pretty excited. We got our Weird and Whatever podcast coming back tonight, 6 p.m. on the KVJ YouTube page. And then it'll be on our website and all that stuff where you can download it. But some of the things we're going to delve into, just a few of the topics, how to communicate with the dead while sleeping, but you're trying to do it. It's not, for example, if I want to go in and talk to my mom,
Yes.
or if Kevin wants to go in and talk to his mom, how to purposely do that and go in there with a plan. Are you able to do that? Is that a special gift? We're going to get into that.
Just as long as Kevin doesn't go in and talk to your mom, because I don't think that would go well.
No.
But you're supposed to be all peaceful when you go to the other side. No?
I got a feeling your mom still hates Kevin.
So if my mom's in heaven with Aunt Ann, they're still cursing Kevin's name. I don't see it. I don't see it. No. We're gonna go ghost update with my place. Someone wants to know too. They think their backyard and front yard is haunted, but not their house. So can a yard be haunted, but not the actual structure?
That's interesting.
Oh, thank you. Well,
Perfect for Halloween.
It is. The cold case, I'm a big thing that I really like to bring to light are the cold case files, especially cases here in South Florida from when I was a little kid that stuck with me. We're going to talk a little bit about Maurice Jefferson, who was kidnapped back in the 80s, the cold case file of Rachel Hurley, and then Christy Luna was a little girl that got kidnapped back in the 80s here. All cold cases, somebody I feel like does know something. And as we're learning, more you talk about it, stuff does happen.
It does. And people either pass away or circumstances change to where people feel more comfortable saying what they know.
Yeah, you just never know when talking about something's going to, bring the truth out. I never knew Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
He's the one that got the high voice. Yeah, that one.
That one?
He was kidnapped as a kid. Gone for about 15 or 16 months, and the how they found him, they put a picture of him on America's Most Wanted. John Walsh John Walsh from America's Most Wanted fought to put pictures at the end of the movie Adam, and Busy Bone was one of the kids in the movie.
No way.
And his babysitter called, and John Walsh, the Adam Walsh movie, got Busy Bone away from the kidnapper.
Wow.
I know, isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy.
So when you talk about some stuff, you never know what you might uncover. These are local cases. Somebody knows something.
I like it.
Yeah. So tonight, we're going to be talking about all that.
Jam-packed.
6 p.m.
What is this, like a 5-hour podcast?
Right.
You know what? if I have a couple whiskeys, it just might be. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2.5. We're able to do the podcast, just in case people don't know. The KVJ horror movie is off this year for some family stuff I got going on. I just wasn't able to do it. But the Weird Whatever podcast is back now.
Okay.
Okay.
We got Ryan Beckett back.
You got Beckett back.
Oh, delicious.
Stop sexually harassing my
Everyone. in your
Everyone
circle.
around you,
everyone,
Yeah, everyone.
including your dead dog.
especially my dead dog.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
So, Panda's out of town, and last night I took Mags on what we really don't get to do very often, but I realized I need to do more. Just a one-on-one girls' night, out to dinner, just sitting there talking about everything, just she and I. I get so much information, so much. She opens up so much and tells me so much. Like when we're just sitting there and there's nothing else to do but just talk about life.
Okay.
I just love it. I realize as a mom of a teen, I need to schedule these once a week, take her to her favorite restaurant, tell her she can order whatever she wants, and just be able to have this quality time. I'm going to really start paying attention and doing this once a week because the information I received last night was just incredible.
Anything mind-blowing?
I mean, just filling me in on all her friends' parents, stuff going on that I didn't know about at school with this and grades and just stuff that when you pass each other in the hallway, in the house, you just don't have time to get into. I'm doing laundry. She's doing homework. We're figuring out, who's going to do the dishes. When you sit and you have nothing else to do but relax and talk, it really is such better quality time.
Smart, yeah, absolutely.
I'm making sure I start doing this more.
Okay. It's a good idea. What I got on my mind is what your husband has on his mind. The NFL season begins tonight, and Panda, your husband in Virginia, is going to be there.
He is there. He's in Los Angeles. It's the kickoff of the NFL season with the Rams and the Bills.
Yeah, he was texting me last night. He was out in L.A., and there's this big billboard of Cobra Kai with Terry Silver on it. Goes, he sent me the picture. Goes, dude, look at this. I posted it on our Facebook page.
That's so cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, he's having a blast. He's with his childhood friends that he's known since kindergarten.
Okay.
2 guys from Buffalo, and they're just running all over town. They went to a big Buffalo Bills backers party last night at a bar.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
They went to a Dodgers game.
Yeah, how was that?
He loved it. He said what you said, Bird, that the stadium has so much history.
Well, don't make me talk about the Kirk Gibson home run, because I will.
I don't know what that means.
I wish you did. I wish a lot more people did. It's a great story. But
Can you tell it in 30 seconds?
No, absolutely not. Nope. I will ramble. It will be awful, and we will lose listeners.
So he's having a good time out there, and it's going to be a cool night just to have the NFL season back. Ozzy Osbourne is going to be the halftime entertainment as well.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So is he moving or not?
Yes.
Okay.
He is moving, and they're going to be doing a 10-part special documenting how they're selling their Los Angeles home and they're heading back. I think Ozzy kind of realizes he's kind of in the last phase.
And this might be his last North American show, y'all.
Who knows? He's got a new album that is dropping tomorrow, so that's the reason why you're seeing Ozzy Osbourne all over the place. Pretty excited about it. I've heard a couple tracks off of it. He just doesn't fall off. It's unbelievable how consistently solid. If you like Ozzy and you've liked his whole body of work starting to, you'll love the new stuff. It's just good.
So he's going to be 74 in December.
It's unbelievable.
And what he could do, if he doesn't perform anymore, he could still do studio albums.
Sure,
he could chill and just record music.
Yeah, and who knows what he might have. Even after Ozzy's passed, you may just have stuff that is great that keeps coming out because he's always worked with great musicians, always does good stuff. And
if he dies first, you can bet Sharon's going to keep putting stuff out.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, she already has his dead greatest hits ready to go.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm not giving her a 0 bit of shade, but I'm just saying that is a business woman.
She'd probably have him stuffed and still put him on tour. How creepy would that be? The Prince of Darkness is hanging up there and the voice coming out of it.
I don't know if you would know much of a difference.
You probably wouldn't, no. No, you probably wouldn't.
She's going to make so much money on his death.
Oh, I know. She can't wait. So that's going to be going on today. So if you love the NFL, very exciting stuff. The Dolphins are going to be playing at home on Sunday. They've got the New England Patriots who they're going to be playing, and they've had a lot of luck. I think it's like the last 3 times in a row the Dolphins have beaten the Patriots. They just have their number for whatever reason. So Bill Belichick, the great Patriots coach, is so frustrated he's brought the Patriots down. I saw their plane landing at Palm Beach International. My wife yesterday saw 2 big semi-trucks with Patriots written on the side because they are practicing at Palm Beach Atlantic in West Palm Beach, they, I guess, bought out their fields for the week, and they're on a soccer field. They've turned them into makeshift football fields. In fact, I saw photos yesterday. They did makeshift goalposts and everything to try to get them, because Bill Belichick is just sick of coming here and losing. They're trying to get used to the humidity. And I've heard different football players talk, because there's always a debate like, oh, man, if these southern teams had to go play up north. And I heard a coach break it down saying everybody always talks about that. That's not as big of a deal as it is coming from the north down to the humidity. They said that's really the hard part, because you have to breathe and sweat, and it's hot, and your body's not acclimated to that. The cold, it stings a little bit more, but you can kind of replicate that, and you can practice with wet balls and all that kind of stuff. What's really hard is getting used to the humidity. So the Patriots are here soaking it all in so that hopefully they won't get gassed when they play the Dolphins on Sunday.
Is it possible to go peek over the fence?
I was wanting to do that because we always love kind of, creeping in and seeing that kind of stuff and
you
snooping.
secretly want to get in the bushes, don't you?
I would. I would for football. Football, I would. There's a guard gate that they already have there at Palm Beach Atlantic. I would imagine that the Patriots have brought their own security and they're not playing.
They got good security over there. It's a private school. If you're hiding in the bushes, you will be caught.
Yeah. You can kind of see the fields if you are on I-95 North and you're just kind of right about where Belvedere is. You can look over to the right, and maybe you'll be able to see them over there practicing, but that's about the only glimpse you'll probably
Every
get.
security has a crack. You just have to find it, Kevin.
Okay, if you can find it, let me know.
All you have to
I
do
go
is
spy.
walk up there with a clipboard and just start writing stuff down and kind of like look at the building and act like you're kind of working on a wall.
We'll get you
or
a
something.
Patriots hat
Yeah.
and a clipboard.
I'll try that out today, make a video, and show you how it works.
Yeah. A person with a clipboard gets in things.
Watch Kevin get body slammed.
That would be a good video, too.
That
That'd be a
would.
great video.
I would like that.
Be a great video. So if you love your NFL football action, you're going to be very excited. All righty. A lot of people already been trying to stake out the New England Patriots in town. Somebody texted in. They said that, I went to go see the plane at Palm Beach International yesterday. I'm a huge Patriots fan. So they're getting ready for their game against the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday.
It is a cool looking plane.
It is.
It says Patriots on the side of it.
The NFL they do things big. They had a couple of semi-trucks that my wife saw yesterday that was heading over to Palm Beach Atlantic where they were practicing. Somebody said, just to let you know, the fence line on Parker, you can kind of see the practice from a distance, but they've got Palm Beach Atlantic Security, PBSO, and West Palm Beach Police are all out there.
So you
they're
can
patrolling it.
look out there, and it could be a security guard running, or it could be a football player. You just don't know.
You don't really know.
Well, our Kevin with a clipboard is going to look like he belongs.
Yes. I'm going to try.
I think it'd be a great.
We're going to get you a lanyard.
Yeah.
It's going to say the radio station name on it, not
Sure,
the Patriots.
sure it's going to work great.
But
Yeah, and somebody confirmed me. They said, it's much different being from the north. Humidity sucks. We don't know how to play in heat. You definitely have the upper hand if you're able to play with humidity. So that is the whole strategy and the reason why the Patriots are here early. It did bring up that question to me, and I was kind of curious. How long does it take to acclimate to the humidity into South Florida heat? Because I will tell you, when I go up north, I'm freezing cold. And so my body is acclimated. But how long did it take? Can you do it in a week? Does it take a year? Is it something that happens to you after 10 years? Does anybody notice? Because I don't know that I really kept any kind of chart to do that. I'm just kind of curious what everybody's experience is. But I've definitely noticed it now. I will go up north for a football game and everybody else will be fine. In fact, I had, I think, 5 or 6 layers on at an Ohio State-Michigan game, and my son, who was going to Michigan at the time, had a light jacket on that was unzipped.
Oh my
and
gosh.
a t-shirt on underneath. I was looking at him. I couldn't even believe it. He was fine. I was in 6 layers and I was freezing cold.
I think as you get older, too, you get a little bit more fragile.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Frail.
According to these websites already, they're saying it takes about 2 weeks for the humidity, and it's slower in the cold.
Okay. What's slower in the cold?
Acclimating to that kind of weather.
Acclimating to the cold takes you longer to get used to that.
Yes.
So the Patriots came down here with only 1 week to spare. So Bill Belichick obviously didn't do a Google search to find out that he needed 2.
But I guess 1 is better than like 24 hours.
Well, would you rather play football in the Florida humidity, or would you rather play in a blizzard, a lot of snow? Not a blizzard, but a ton of snow where your hands are all brittle and fragile.
For me, I think I would rather play in the heat. But then again, you think about how quickly one of the big problems is staying hydrated. I've never been that physically active right in the sun. And what happens is a lot of people start cramping up. They have to drink so much liquid. I know just from seeing video, the Ohio State football team, they have chugging contests of Gatorade the night before because they're trying to get all their players to drink so much liquid because the next day they don't want them cramping up. And so you play in humidity, and you've noticed that. I had that. I was out in the heat all day 2 weeks ago, and I think I drank 6 bottles of water, and I didn't go to the bathroom once.
Dang.
So that lets you know that something's going on here.
My body needs it.
Your body is firing through so much liquid.
You're so thirsty, Kevin.
So thirsty.
And then once you go to sleep, you have to pee for like every 15 minutes. It catches up to you.
Yeah, I don't know where it went. And I never did. That was the crazy thing.
He's a thirst trap.
Yeah, I absorbed it all. So I think if there was somebody here that knew biology, they would say that it's a lot worse to go and play in the humidity than it is in the cold.
You'll never find somebody who knows biology at a radio station.
But we do have some smart listeners. We really do.
That's true. There might be a biologist listening.
I think that biologists love to listen to us just to make fun of us. They'll text it. Can you believe they're talking about?
We're their dumb release. They're like, oh my gosh, I just need mindless entertainment. Where should I go?
They're talking about weather acclimation.
Stupid show.
Now, people are talking about how the humidity still gets them, and they've been here for a very long time. And you'll still get hot, but you don't notice until you get into 70-degree temperatures or 60, and you are absolutely freezing cold. And then that's when it really hits you. Be like, wow, my body is acclimated to survive.
I'm a wuss.
And to your point about hydration, it really is such an important thing. And people don't realize how much you have to drink. If you are going to be active in the hot sun, it's got to be so much. To the point where you hate drinking.
At least 3 beers an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that before. Drinking alcohol, then play wiffle ball in the afternoon, and it kills you.
Yeah.
Because you're so dehydrated.
Well, somebody's bringing up Gator fans are texted in. They played Utah. Utah had to come to the swamp to play.
Yes.
And they don't have that kind of humidity. And there were Utah players that were projectile vomiting all over the place. That was the one thing. And they, of course, are drinking colored Gatorade.
Damn,
So
Utah.
all you see on the sidelines is just like fountains of red vomit coming out of their
Red
mouths.
bar fountain.
It was so tough. And yeah, they were cramping up because of the humidity. So it is a real deal. So
Look, whatever it takes.
yes.
It was a Gator win. I'm sure the Gators couldn't care less.
No, they're hey, whatever.
Sorry, not sorry.
Well, it's it's a legit advantage.
Yeah.
And so the Dolphins have it in week 1, and what a better team to have it against than the Patriots.
According to other sources, it's saying some people it could take up to a few months to a year to get acclimated to the weather, depending on even if it's hot or cold.
Yeah, and maybe it does differ on who the person is, but you'll notice if you've been in South Florida for a while, travel up north in late fall, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, everybody else is fine. In fact, most of them will be in shorts.
You heard that, Bill Belichick? You should have come down here like in April.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft's already down here.
Well, he knows. Yeah. Well, I mean, Bill Belichick's got a place in Jupiter, too.
Yeah, so why didn't you bring the team down here a few months ago?
Man, how many people live in Jupiter that are famous?
A lot.
Well, a lot of the Patriots, pretty much all the ownership, they live in Jupiter. So they know. Legit. So, and a nurse just texted in. She said, cold air actually constricts the lungs and makes it hard to breathe if you're not acclimated to the cold. So.
I personally think that the cold would be worse.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
It might be.
It paralyzes me. When I was up in Oregon, many a times, the snow is just, you're like, ugh. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not snowing, you're cold.
What do you do?
You're walking and your body does that.
Yeah. And a note to the Patriots as well. The Dolphins obviously had to probably plan this when they designed the stadium. The one thing is I would not sit in the sun. They have, with the roof on Hard Rock Stadium, there's the one side that's always shaded and it's so nice. But of course they put the visitor sideline so it's right in the sun. Oh. So they just sit there and bake. the entire time.
You feel like a rotisserie chicken.
When I went to the football games a couple weeks ago at St. Thomas Aquinas in Lauderdale, they had little pup tents for all the players to get in because, it's an uncovered sideline. It's just brutal.
Can the Patriots
there.
just do that? Like put up little tents and...
I imagine they would if they're smart and they've stood in it before. That would be the one thing I would bring is some kind of covering because it's crazy.
I feel like they're probably going to do everything they can to keep their doggies cold.
Yeah.
Because they put you in the sun.
Yeah. So, you'll know if it works if by like halftime of the third quarter, if the Patriots are projectile vomiting.
Red barf fountains.
If you see just red barf flying out of their mouths.
It's a pretty good defense.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you destroy them from the inside out.
I don't know if I want to tackle that guy.
No.
Barf in Christian Wilkins' face and then say go. Yeah. So Jaybird has got something that he is all pumped about. He just referenced a second ago that Panda took a photo of a billboard in Los Angeles promoting the new season of Cobra Kai. Are they at the 5?
They're at season 5, and a big part of the storyline is my all-time favorite character, Terry Silver.
Okay. So this is big news, huh?
For me, it is, and I can tell that there's a percentage of KVJ Nation that is just as excited as I am.
I think people are. My son and his buddies, I pick them up from school every day, and they were talking about Cobra Kai yesterday.
Wow.
So, you're talking 14-year-old kids.
It's nice when they do nostalgia the right way for fans. That's always been the argument with Star Wars. Star Wars fans are always at war with one another because the old school fans don't agree with what the new school fans want, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like Karate Kid does both really well.
Yeah.
They listen to the old school and they try to write some stuff for the new school.
Yeah. They've done a little bit of both.
They have, and they did it really well.
Yeah. So you're going to have a big old watch party, huh?
I'm having a Cobra Kai watch party, and the rule is you got to wear Karate Kid or Cobra Kai gear to get in. And this party's going to be turned, baby. If you don't wear it, you're not getting in, and someone sweeps the leg.
So you got to be in a gi to get in your party.
Not a gi, but you have to have some kind of representation of Karate Kid.
Could I dress like Allie in a fuzzy sweater?
You would, and you might get hit on.
Can I come as Miyagi and get canceled?
I mean, all of you can do. Y'all do you. Okay. But Virginia, you cannot.
I've been trying to get canceled.
You cannot take pictures. I don't want to be in your pictures.
Oh, you're in every picture.
Yeah, so it may be a Jaybird party of 1.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with. I'm at peace with that as well.
Yeah.
But I did want to know, is anyone doing anything dorkier than I am over the weekend than a Cobra Kai watch party where you have to dress up?
That's fun, though, if you're into that. When does that drop on Friday? The whole new season?
So it all starts on Friday, yeah, but I think I'm going to do it on Saturday just so we're able to chill and do it the right way.
Easier, okay.
Yeah, and we're not going to watch all 10 episodes because that's kind of insane. We'll probably watch a few together.
And they do the whole season.
They do.
See, I prefer that, right? Don't you like that? Or do you like when they do 1 episode a week?
I do like the bulk. It depends on what it is. For example, if it was a Big Brother, when I used to like Big Brother, I used to like watching that live. I hate Big Brother now. I'm not a fan of it anymore.
Really? Okay.
Nah, but there's certain things I do like watching live, but if it's a content like that, give it to me like a Costco. I want it in bulk.
Okay. All right. There you go. So shaping up to be some really good things going down this weekend with football happening, new Ozzy album, new Cobra Kai season. We'll give you a big old rundown of everything this time tomorrow here on the KVJ Show. I got some interesting options here for you in a round of Would You Rather be the President of the United States or a billionaire for a day?
Question.
Yeah.
The stuff you buy during that day, you get to keep? After the whole thing's over, if you're only a billionaire for a day, they take away your money, but you get to keep your items.
Let's make that part of it, yeah.
Okay, then it's easy. Billionaire for a day.
Billionaire for a day.
President you see all the pictures they go in looking younger, and then they come out looking
like
as if
death.
Yeah.
You think one day is going to put that much age on you?
I know that, I don't know. I'm definitely one day as the president. What are you going to do? You get nothing done.
Here's the couple things that I would think of, and these would be the positives for why you would go with president. One, you could put your eyes on all kinds of information. All I would do is be reading top secret stuff and trying to find out all these kind of cool little things that are going on. there's also information you could garner that could help you out in life. And Grant also had a good comment saying that you notice all these presidents who go into office really not having a lot for their net worth, but boy, by the time they get out, just having been president of the United States and having that on your resume, you can do speaking tours, and any appearance you do, you get paid $200,000 for. So you could make so much more money just by having the credential of you being president of the United States.
Yeah, but I hate politics. I'd be terrible. I'd be annoyed.
You don't have to do any politicking at all in one day, Virginia.
I've talked enough in my life. Give me the money.
I'm tired of hearing myself talk.
Yeah, no one wants to hear me talk anymore. Just give me the money. I'll go buy some property.
Kevin, you would be good at being president for a day.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with.
Me and Jason would not.
I'm going to have the title. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm former president of the United States. I wouldn't be lying. I would definitely ride, in the cool little limo. I would fly on Air Force One. I would do all that kind of stuff. I would get to see all those kind of places that only the president can get access to.
No.
And then I would build my wealth the day after.
I would build that day. We are getting the chocolate river installed. We are building a wiffle ball field. It's going to be a busy day.
You're not going to get it all installed in one day.
Yeah,
I mean, building a chocolate river is not going to be done in a day.
Yeah, you can get it done in a day. If you have enough money, get anything done in a day, Kev.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay.
He could hire a team.
Yeah, well, if you're a billionaire.
80 workers to just come out there and bust it out.
And it'll be done in, what, like 15 minutes, and you can enjoy it the rest of the day?
It's going to look like the crew that's working on the Bright Line.
Okay.
What I'm saying is you could get a lot of stuff and buy a lot of stuff and get a lot of stuff done in that one day. It's your Ferris Bueller day, and you're a billionaire. And you get to keep all that stuff
And what
without
if
any
you-
of the stress of being the president.
And what if you took that money on that day, you're the billionaire, and bought an NFL franchise?
Yeah, you could do all that.
What if you bought like all these things? Like, what if you bought a high-rise building?
Well, I don't like high rises. I'd go with a low rise or a wide rise.
He wants a ranch.
Yeah, I do. I want a ranch so bad.
Dude, you get more with the high-rise.
I like ranches, dog.
Okay.
Sorry, you have to go on the roof.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's an interesting debate. Which one you would go with? You guys are going with the billionaire status for a day. I'm going with the president.
Yeah, we won't agree.
Kev,
That's all right.
If I thought I could make change in a day, I'd do president. But
Who cares about change?
I hear you.
I'm not there for change. I'm there for myself. Like
That's
every
what-
other
That's
president.
what they're there for, too.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
politician.
Don't let them fool you.
Oh, serving the people, whatever.
Uh-huh. Okay, would you rather have a job that pays $70 an hour but lets you work from home, or a job that pays $100 an hour but requires you to be physically present?
Physically present for the 100.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal.
No, I like getting out of the house and coming to work.
I think it's good for me, too.
Yeah.
If I'm in the house for too long, I start to get a little funky.
I think people in general, we're not meant to be in the house all the time. Even if you're a loner, you're supposed to go out and get some air. You're not supposed to always be in a house. You do, you turn weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they say that it's kind of tough, too. In fact, I was looking at this thing on quiet quitting and just how many people are doing that. That's, people who just put in the bare minimum at work rather than, trying to give it their all. And it said 40% of young remote workers say they don't even have a clear idea of what they're supposed to do. So could you imagine that? You have a job, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just kind of sitting here.
That's bad management then. If you don't know, if your
Right.
manager's not telling, what's your manager doing?
That's what I thought, too.
He's quiet quitting.
Yeah, he's quiet
Yeah.
quitting, or she's quiet quitting.
Is
as
anyone
well.
working hard anymore?
No.
I don't think anybody's putting in any effort to anything.
You can tell, dog, when you go out.
Well, you just realize, man, my days are numbered here on this rock. And
Yeah.
these bosses, these companies don't care about me. I'm going to care about me.
I do think that happened. I think for a lot of people during the pandemic, I've heard people talk about it. They go, it forced me to shut down when I never would have done this ever in my life. And then I started thinking, blah, blah, blah. I'm X amount years old. I'm 47. I'm 52. And I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy with my job.
Reality check.
What am I doing? What,
I'm killing myself for this company that doesn't care about me.
And I think it's a reality for a lot of people of going, I only have one ride on this crazy rock. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And they quiet quit.
They say at least half the U.S. workforce is psychologically detached from work, and they're putting in the bare minimum. So at least half is quiet quitting.
I think if you don't love your job and you're not passionate about it, that's what you're going to see. I think if you really love your gig and you're into it, passion, that's hard to kill, man. It really is if you really love something.
They say only 32% of employees admit that they're engaged with their jobs and are trying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good number. Wow.
And if some of those people are your manager and they're not engaged, they probably don't care that you're not engaged.
Well,
it's a trickle down.
Well, we've all had owners of a company, people who are in charge of it. Look, they're human too. It doesn't matter what position you are. People are quietly quitting.
Yes.
I think you see that sometimes at restaurants. I think the owner and the managers have quietly quit. I don't even know if it's that quiet.
No. Okay, would you rather get rich in a way that disappoints your family or just make enough money to live? You make a ton of money. You're filthy rich, but your parents are just like, I can't believe she does that.
Kevin's doing OnlyFans, but it is dirty. I mean, he's making bank.
Yeah, I'm making a ton of money.
He's getting my $2.99 a month.
But that hair of his is getting real messy.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
There's
Popping.
so much DNA in it.
I just say it's not. It's filthy how he's making his money.
Yeah, it's very filthy. My mom would not approve.
I don't know if your dad would either.
No,
Well,
you're right.
look, if it gets desperate, somebody's got to pay these bills.
That's right.
Okay, so
Kids
you
ain't free.
You even know in your heart that, oh boy, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I am making a lot of money.
Yeah, it's just so obscene. You're like, gosh, at the end of the day, your conscience really is getting to you, but you look at that check and you're like, I'm making a sick amount of money.
But can you even enjoy it if your conscience is that hurt and bad and troubled?
It depends on how you can dial down your conscience. Some people, it's almost like they can hit the mute, like it's remote control.
Kevin is really good at compartmentalizing. I
Yeah.
feel like you could be a slut on OnlyFans and then still go to church on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, when the room gets quiet and it's just you and your thoughts.
I know.
I think
It's tough.
Just don't let the room
It's
get
tough.
quiet, Kevin.
think
Don't
you-
let the room get
You're
quiet.
right.
that silence can be so loud.
Stay
Keep
Kevin.
that
busy.
party going. Keep that party going.
Stay intoxicated.
That's right. That's right. All right. Fun stuff, including some great things on the way. We're going to be playing a fun little game. What's in Virginia's purse?
Ooh.
Yeah. Can't,
I don't even know.
Yeah, can't wait to get for that. It's kind of a new TikTok trend. I'm surprised you haven't seen it. People are digging through purses and kind of categorizing what they got in there.
There's so many TikTok trends, Kevin.
I know, right?
The
Can't keep up.
algorithm. My trends are not your trends. That's what Magnolia told me last night. Mom, I don't see what you see.
Your trends are not my trends.
You see mom talk.
So, wow. Yeah, so now you got mom talk, kid talk.
I stand with Magnolia on this. Virginia's got KVJ watching some whack-ass people on TikTok.
Yeah.
I just watch what they put in my algorithm, bro.
No, she
Our
got
TikTok's out. Yeah, because she's following all kinds of stupid stuff.
It's either some kind of angry nurse who hates everybody,
Yeah.
or this one weird broccoli-faced woman. She dresses up as broccoli, and she's pretty mad too.
Yeah, I've noticed watching KVJ TikToks is the worst experience.
And then and then Holly Madison from the Playboy Channel.
Oh, I love her.
That's what we got.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it looks like Ricky Martin has now had to officially file a lawsuit against his nephew. Now, the nephew was claiming that he had a romantic relationship with Ricky, and Ricky is like, no, that never happened. The nephew also said that Ricky was stalking and harassing him, and the nephew filed a restraining order, but then withdrew the restraining order. Apparently, when he withdrew the restraining order and they were like, look, we're just going to all let bygones be bygones, because the nephew, Ricky was saying, suffers from mental illness. But I guess in the time that they said bygones be bygones to now, the nephew has continued to send messages to Ricky through Instagram, threatening to assassinate his reputation unless Ricky pays him a hefty sum. And so Ricky is like, look, I can't do this anymore. I've got to get my lawyers on this. I clearly am dealing with a maladjusted individual. And so now Ricky is suing his nephew to make him stop.
Wow.
It's just a mess. But yeah, I mean, if somebody keeps coming for you, claiming to be ready to assassinate your reputation unless you pay them a bunch of money. It's called blackmail, and you can't do that.
Nope.
In other news, I am here for the Kanye West fights on Twitter. It makes me laugh. So, Kanye West shared a post that said, and I agree with him, Friends is not that funny. I've been saying this for years, y'all. I just think that Friends is so basic and I don't know. It's just not that funny to me. But you know who saw the Kanye West post? Courtney Cox. And
no way.
She had a great return. I love her little quip back. She said, I bet the old Kanye thought Friends was funny. I was like, all right, that's not bad for Courtney. That's not bad. So they have a little war going that I love.
Okay.
And finally here, this is so fascinating to me. So whenever Queen Latifah does a movie or a television show, she's got it in her contract that they can't kill her off. There's a death clause because she wants to always be able to be a part of whatever sequel they do.
Okay.
So she's ensuring that she has a new check if they want to keep going with whatever project she helped to create. I love this, Queen
That's smart.
Latifah. I think we got a little clip of the Queen.
Okay.
No, I noticed I was too good at it. I was like, so it's kind of a running joke, but I mean, because of course, for the right price, you know, she dies. That's in the script, you know. But I was like, I don't get to do any sequels if I keep being this good at this. So I was like, I have to set it off in Sphere. I said, look, you got to put a no death clause in these contracts so they can't just kill me off like this. I'm never gonna get a sequel in.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
That is smart.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay, got some celebrity birthdays going on today, including Wiz Khalifa, who's turning 35 years old. Pink is 43 today, and David Arquette, who used to be with Courtney Cox,
Yes.
is 51 today.
David Arquette. I like him.
Also got a 7th
You
birthday
ruined
shout
Russell.
out.
Sorry, Kevin. I don't want to
Set him off.
I don't want to interrupt anybody's birthday.
He ruined the WWE.
No, he ruined WCW. He had a big hand in it, and then he feels guilty now. And he wrestles now, and
He does?
He does. He's involved in wrestling still.
So you don't have to be muscular to wrestle.
You do not.
Okay. Happy 7th birthday to Lyric from Mommy, Daddy, Buddy, Tyler, and Finn. Also, Lyric, happy birthday. Always in our hearts and mind. Love you, big boy. From Bean, Uncle Cheese, Shelby, and Cooper the Pooper.
Aw, Cooper the Pooper.
Great name.
Also, a happy birthday going out here to Levi Ray. She is 10 from Mommy, Auntie, Grandma, and Pokey the the bunny.
Aw.
So there you go. And a happy birthday to Valentina turning 7. So you got party they had on Saturday. We got dinner and cake today. That is from Mommy, Mia, and Sophia. And there is a photo.
Dinner
Mommy
and
and
cake sounds delicious.
Absolutely. What a great combo.
I can go for that right now.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, got a birthday. Want to shout out? Send it to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. mail at kvjshow.com. They've got this little TikTok challenge that is going on here. It's called What's in My Best Friend's Purse? And I guess what the challenge is you get to go rifling through your best friend's purse to see everything that is in there.
Oh my gosh, that is so TikTok, Kevin.
So TikTok.
It's so TikTok.
Right?
You could have given me a heads up so I could have removed any contraband.
That's why he's doing it this way. We want to bring you down, Sinicki.
I got no heads up.
Is that why the cops are in the lobby?
Yes.
You'll never take me alive.
Yeah, they had one person, they found a sock, several pill bottles, masks, packs of Gushers, Claritin, 3 packs of crackers, a wallet, bag of pumpkin seeds, a baggie filled with cereal, 2 packs of gum, tooth whitening, receipts, feminine products, eyeliner, a couple Reese's bars, loose dollar bills, deodorant, tarot cards.
Do you always have a tamp with you? Is that something you always have in your purse?
Not right now, because I just finished my period. Just finished.
Okay, but so no matter what, you don't always have an emergency.
If I know that the time is close, I do put a tamp in there.
You always have wipes in that? Oh, I'm ruining Kevin's game.
I always have wipes in my car.
I think everyone should always have wipes, no?
Yeah. You never know.
No, you do. And just to let you know, I found out on my trip, you want to make sure that you get the wipes that are made for babies and not the disinfectant wipes.
I know.
Oh my gosh. The Mexican queen, because I'm like, hey, did you bring wipes? She's like, no, I'll just pop in here to the store. So she pops into a store in the airport. She's like, hey, we got him all good. Get to the hotel in Chicago where I get a home game and I do my business. And oh my gosh, it felt like I put a torch to my behind.
You wiped your butt with a Lysol wipe?
They look the same.
They do.
I pulled it right out and I'm like, why is my anus on fire?
We've done it. We've done bits where I have,
Good Lord.
I have stuff on my face, and Sweet Denny's will come in and he'll bring me. They're not face wipes; they're bleach wipes.
Yes.
And they do sting a little bit on the face.
Yeah, try one on your fanny. I didn't walk right for 3 days.
The BH?
Oh, the BH.
That's a great do it bitch punishment.
It really is.
I can tell you, it's not fun. Well, you can see it on TikTok, or you can watch it on KVJ TV. What's in my best friend's purse? That's a challenge that's going on there. People find all kinds of random stuff. And it really is amazing to see, to me, being a guy, what is in some women's purses. I remember one time I was driving across country, had my parents in tow, and I had my dog in the back, and I realized that the handle on my gate had come off on my car. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the middle of Texas, nowhere Texas, and I can't trust that this gate's not going to fly open and my dog's not going to go flying out on the highway.
Oh, boy.
I was freaking out. I'm like, what am I going to do? My mom is like, wait, hold on a second. She digs into her purse and pulls out about a 6-inch long screwdriver.
Ooh.
And she has a whole toolkit in there, and she's just, hold on. And she, 5 minutes later, like the thing is like factory secured.
That's amazing.
Like, how do you have that in there? That's crazy. What else you got in there?
Well, look how big Virginia's purse is. It's
Yeah.
the size kind of a small suitcase. I've traveled with bags smaller than that with clothes in it.
Oh, I know, yeah. No, my wife has a large purse as well. You could put 3 small dogs in it. Like, no lie.
I know. I thought I saw an arm waving in there. Like, help!
Help!
Yeah, she might. So what exactly does Virginia have in her purse? What do you think is the most random thing?
You want it?
Oh, I want it bad.
Yeah.
Let me get that purse.
I feel like it's kind of light right now because I did clean it out recently.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's real light, Kath.
It's actually.
Chamber drops it on his head.
Good gosh.
Yeah. So you got some stuff in there, huh? Okay. What do you got in there?
Well, this is fun. I like this. Is kind of like her going through my phone.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
All right, she's got.
Yeah. What would you agree is the most random odd item Virginia has in her purse?
Imagine that. First thing I pick up are pills.
Check.
Pills.
Okay, yeah, figured that would be in there.
Which one?
Those are the legal ones. I'm not going to pull out the illegal.
You're going to leave all the illegal stuff in there.
Well, we need it for the show.
I don't care.
Okay. You've got, this is a bird kind of a thing. She's got some old ass Domino's grated cheese, Parmesan cheese in her purse. In the package. When is this from?
Rocco loves parm on his pizza. So, yeah, whenever I go to Domino's and get him a little pizza, I always get extra parms.
She's got a gross looking toothbrush.
What do you do with that?
That's for cleaning. That's not for teeth.
I was going to say, do you have black teeth? Oh my gosh. All
What do you clean with that?
I would clean, you know, like the cracks in your car and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Would you
like
keep
the
that in your purse?
Gear shift is, yeah.
She's got her claw where she kills people with. What is it?
Depress it. Squeeze it.
Squeeze it. All
Oh,
right.
God. Not that. Oh, God.
Squeeze it this way?
Yeah.
We're going to put a hole in his hand.
Okay. Wow, that really would.
Yeah, they're like brass knuckles, but it comes out. It's the claw. You squeeze on it. You can scrape someone's eye out.
You want to scrape with that?
That's a weapon, and it is real deal.
Okay.
got a lot of gross-
She's got a weapon, pills,
A lot of
Parmesan cheese.
Gross old lady candy.
What kind of candy is it?
I mean,
Oh, that looks like a cough
That's a
drop.
cough drop.
oh, she's got a lot of cough drops in here.
Yeah, Magnolia was sick, and so I was carrying her cough drops for her.
Got lotion.
Guys, you can really get. I mean, if you want to profile somebody, just go through their purse.
Makeup remover. A charger.
Uh huh. It's
She
just
has
so crazy.
a Lego figure.
And you said you recently went through this, so these are all the things that you deemed important in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, I need this stuff. That's sunscreen.
Yeah.
Sunscreen.
Okay, that I get.
Is this lube?
No, it's more lotion.
Yeah,
How much lotion do you have in there?
I'm very dry, Kevin.
She's rich. She got a lot of lotion in
I'm
here.
ashy.
How many times a day do you apply lotion?
Oh, probably about 3
I mean,
Okay.
minimum.
There are so many lipstick thingies, makeups galore.
Now, you don't do a separate makeup bag?
I do. I have that at home. This is just my travel. Everything lipstick.
So
I
this is
travel.
only touch-up stuff. You wouldn't be able to start from scratch with what you have in your purse.
Oh no.
Okay.
Chuck E. Cheese coin.
Yeah. You can tell she's a mom.
Yeah, that's
Got
what
that in
I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the side pocket, also known as
A lot of makeup.
drug.
Lots of
That seems more than just touch-up stuff.
loose lip gloss.
What is this bag?
Yeah.
What's this bag of powder? Is that for your nose? Your
Don't
cheeks?
put that on your pizza, Rocco. Never get into bed.
A lot of gum.
Yeah.
A lot of business cards of people you could tell she does not care about. And that's really about it.
Yeah.
A lot of makeup.
Okay.
Not.
Yeah, you seem like you have a standard purse.
You have a standard purse.
I'd say
on
the
this
only thing
one.
that's like the Parmesan cheese is kind of interesting.
That was the most interesting. Got a checkbook. I'll be taking that.
Yeah.
That's nipple covers right there.
Nipple covers.
Okay, now that is that's
Ooh.
unique.
Do you need these?
Well, yeah, but what do you want them for?
What are you going to use them for?
Exactly. It's more likely I would use them than
Yeah,
you.
what are you using them for, Virginia?
Well, for me, I would use them if I was wearing like a dress that
Oh,
was
okay.
super sheer and I wanted to go braless, but I didn't
Oh,
want
right.
I didn't want the whole nipple to show.
Look, I got split personalities. I got Lana. I got Donna. I got all kinds of. I could use these.
Straight tuck you out of your nipple covers.
I'm going to go through your purse and then
Yeah.
I'm going to take your stuff.
Okay, here's
More
the good.
pills.
Here's the good stuff. This looks like drugs from the '80s in an after-school special. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
The teenager brings it to school. You got angel dust in there, man.
I learned from watching you,
Looks very
Dad.
Miami Vice.
What is it? Oh, there are pills in there. All right, all right, that's getting too real.
Yeah. Now, you just hit the illegal section of the purse.
I definitely.
Yeah.
It's
Back
good.
to the mommy section.
There is a side
Yeah.
spot right there where
Yeah.
unsavory things look.
That's fascinating. Well, if you've got a mommy type of purse, you can probably relate to a couple of these emails. Got some mad mama drama here for you. This person wanting to know about how to handle grandma. They said, I am upset with my mother-in-law because of the circumstances of our jobs. We haven't had to ask for help in watching our daughter. Well, a few weeks ago, we need to have help and asked my husband's mom to watch our 3-year-old while we run errands. She joked that, well, the first one's free. We laughed it off like nothing, but then we found out that she wasn't kidding. When we needed help watching her for a few hours this weekend, she said, okay, well, how much am I going to get? And she asked for $50 to watch our granddaughter.
Wow.
I just thought, wait a minute, I thought like family was always free, but apparently not. Isn't it a joy for a grandmother to watch their granddaughter? Do many moms out there wind up paying grandma to watch the kid?
Every grandma is different. And if grandma does not want to do it for free, she does not have to do it for free. Don't take advantage of a grandma that is like, lukewarm on babysitting.
The modern day grandma is not like the old school grandma where she wants to make cookies and watch you for free. They
Yeah.
want to make coin now, Kev.
Okay, well then what if you paid someone else the same amount to watch the kid? Does grandma have a right to be upset? You pay a sitter $50, or maybe you can get even a cheaper rate, and grandma's upset. Do you just say, stuff it, grandma?
I think you have to negotiate with any sitter, if it's grandma or if it's a kid down the street or if it's a nanny, like you have to pay whatever the price is that you guys negotiate. And if you've got a negotiating grandma who doesn't want to do it for free, I'm sorry, it sucks for you, but you got to pay her what she wants.
Now, if grandma's struggling in life, you always want to help out your family member. The way I look at it, we're a family. We're all helping each other out if you are close as a family. If grandma is okay and doesn't need financial backing, I'm old school. I like grandparents just like watching the grandkids because they love the grandkids. Now, if grandma is struggling with rent, and it's the right thing to do to pay her. It all depends on the situation.
Yeah.
But if grandma's telling you you she doesn't want to do it for free, you can't expect her to.
Right. Okay. And I think that's her one point. And then
No.
my second point is, to me, if grandma charges over market value, you're allowed to go to somebody else.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, you are on the open market and you
Yeah.
should find the best person for the cheapest price.
Because there's different types of grandmas out there. There's ones that are really struggling, and they're lonely, they're alone, and then there's ones that have a lot of money and they just want to prove a point. What
and then there are
grandma
some that
you?
are cougars that would bring the kids to the bar.
Those are the best kind of grandmas. Those
Yeah,
are
they are,
awesome.
yeah. A lot of fun.
My grandmas are kind of boring.
And some other Mad Mama drama here. They sent an email and they said, my 7th grade daughter's got bedroom eyes.
Whoa.
Says, yes, I just saw a TikTok video that my 7th grade daughter had just made, and I couldn't help but notice the way she positioned her body and threw on the bedroom eyes. She was in the video with a few friends, and they all had the same mannerisms. I didn't think she was quite there yet, but here we are. We don't exactly have the most open relationship, and she seems to shut down every time I try to talk to her about something serious. I'm worried about the message that she's sending, not only to boys her age, but other predatory men who are not. I'm freaking out. What do I do?
You just got to have a talk with her. You just got to say, hey, you're coming of age and you need to realize that, the faces you make, the things that you post, it's going to attract a certain type of attention. And you better be ready for what you're attracting, because you're putting it out there and you are going to get a certain type of attention. Mm-hmm. Is that the girl you want to be?
It's a problem I've suffered with my whole life. I'm always just throwing out bedroom eyes to people. It causes a lot of
You can't
drama.
help it, yeah.
You just can't help it.
You just got them lusty, longing looks.
You better make sure you have the conversation before she starts taking nudes and sending those around, because every kid needs to know those nudes live forever. As soon as you take that picture and send it to anybody, even if you just save it in your email, other people can access it and they can use it against you 2-3 years down the line. You never know how long it'll take, but nude pictures are never good to have out there.
I just think, and I'm not trying to sound old, because I know you got to change with the times. I feel like a lot of kids are on social media too much. I get that you have to be on there. You need it. I have a friend, he's got 3 kids. Their kids are on social media, but they really do monitor it, and they're involved a lot in their kids' lives. I just feel like a lot of times parents, go on the phone. I don't want to deal with it. And kids are obsessed with it. Your kid doesn't always have to be on social media. Right. I think it's a legit problem going on.
I agree with you.
But I sound old and out of touch, and I don't have kids.
They are controlled by this phone. It's obsessive. It's compulsive. They have to check it constantly. This phone has them.
Yeah, and these parents that I know, they really do. They consciously make sure that there's times where there's no phones around. They're mixing old school with new school, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I feel like everyone's going full gorilla to new school. Zombie, TikTok,
Snapchat's so big.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I think this mom also needs to wake up. She's shocked that her 7th grader is doing this. But based on the chat room, it sounds like a lot of people were into some shady stuff in the 7th grade. She might need to wake up and be like, she's kind of aged out of the age of innocence.
You got to have the talks with her.
Yeah.
You got to be talking about social media pictures. You got to make sure that she's not putting stuff out there that is going to be hurting her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 7th grade, without a doubt, is when I started seeing things that Lil Jaybird couldn't believe. That's when
you
kids
get
were
rid of the My Little Pony and you go on to other things.
Well, that was the struggle. I was still into that kind of stuff, but I could feel myself leaving it too.
Yeah.
And it's a weird place to be, where you're in 7th, 8th grade. You want to be into girls. You're getting the puberty. You're getting the hornies, but you're still playing with toys. It's an odd thing, man. It's odd.
You're doing weird stuff with My Little Pony?
No, let's not turn this weird.
I know you did.
I never did.
I know you did.
Not with My Little Ponies. I'm just saying it's a weird time.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
The Cabbage Patches were nervous.
Get out of here.
Well, they unleashed the new iPhone 14 yesterday. A couple of new things that it has. satellite connectivity. They say that will let users send satellite SOS messages if they're caught in an emergency without service. If you're a boater, I would assume that would be a good feature that you might want.
Yeah, are you kidnapped too?
How do I send these satellite messages? Because I'm not that bright.
Well, there's features on it even that if you're in a car accident, it can detect using GPS when users are in a crash and automatically will call 911. So it's got a few safety features that, seem kind of cool. So that's maybe some of the big headlines. Of course, they talk about, well, it's going to be faster and better cameras and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, how much better each time are they doing it? And, what are the reasons why you're going to be paying new money? I guess they probably just always slate this. Like this time next year, the iPhone 15 will come out, right? Is that how it works?
I saw people trolling Apple with the funniest memes. There was a picture of Grandpa on Christmas Day opening up a new shirt, but it's identical to the shirt that he's wearing. And it goes, here's me getting the new Apple iPhone 15 when I already had the 14.
Right, yeah. I mean,
I love trolling.
I guess there's some kind of technical obligation to always have a new model, but to me, come on with a new model when you got something actually worth putting on it.
Yeah, I think it's just a sales tactic.
Yeah.
And they get people, a lot of people. I know my friend is like this. Every time they come out with a new phone, he gets the new phone because he's got to have the newest and the best. And
Can't help himself.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, if you want the new iPhone 14, it starts at $800. You can start the pre-orders tomorrow. And if you want the fancier Pro Max, that's going to go for $1,100, and you can start ordering that on September 16th.
I think I'm going the other way in my life where I'm getting rid of the phone, and if I want to communicate with someone, I'm going to write them a letter and send it. Which isn't going to happen that often.
You and Dennys could do smoke signals.
Yeah. Some people are. There really is. There's been an uptick in flip phones and just basic old phones that you can just make calls and text, and that's it.
Well, I think for some people, it's hard to it's distracting. If you're trying to get spiritual, if you're trying to do something where you're getting away from all of the technology and the fighting, it's hard to kind of do both. It really is.
My phone definitely has increased my anxiety by a ton.
It's hard to get peaceful.
It is. It's very nerve-wracking because you feel this to-do list in your head of all the stuff that you've got to do on your phone, and you can't go to bed until you've finished it. You can't think about other stuff until you've finished it. Like the phone has us all by the short and curlies.
I just don't think we're supposed to be as connected as we are. We don't have to care about every little thing all the time, 24. Too many options constantly being bombarded at you. It's not good. It's not good for your mind.
We're too connected to the phone and all of the things that puts on us, and we're not connected enough to like human interaction where we go and we just hang out with our friends and nobody is on their phone.
Yeah.
It's kind of wonky and crazy, but the human condition, we need to be with people more and with each other and our family and communicating like that, not through a freaking phone.
I had a dream that woke me up in a panic last night. And I'd been out. It was kind of like I was at a boot camp in Chicago or something like that, out with people, and I couldn't get my phone to work. And I'm like, I don't know anything that's going on in my life. I'm like, I got to fly out. I don't know when. And the phone wouldn't work. It was like dead. It finally comes on. It's 5 a.m. I look and my flight leaves at 5:25.
Oh.
And I'm just like, there's no way I'm making it. It was just, and I woke up, and I had so much, like, I'm taking anxiety now into my dreams because of phones.
That can happen.
That tells you that where it's got you.
Yeah.
It's got us. It's got us all.
What's the end game? You know, big deal if you miss out on one little that's my point. We think that all of this stuff is such a big deal, and in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. And it's making people weird.
And we're old enough that we can look at it with these old ass wise eyes and see it. I feel bad for people like my daughter and in her generation that don't have the knowledge that we have, and they're just in it because this is how they grew up, with this phone attached to their palm. And they don't even see what we see, that this phone is messing with our brains.
Honestly, my commentary isn't even, I mean, you're right, but it's also, I'm talking to everybody. It's not just the young generation, man. It's everybody's a slave to technology.
Yeah.
And I think technology is good. I don't want to be one of those weird people saying, oh, all technology is bad, because there is good stuff. But there's definitely a mental health problem because of technology.
Yeah, I think what the fallacy is for me personally is that I feel with my phone I can cram much more into my life. I can do it better. I can do it faster. And then,
you do.
And then I feel like the expectations on me have increased exponentially. And that's where all the anxiety is created. And I think the fallacy is I feel like it's improved my life. But the fallacy might be is that it has not. And if I didn't have the phone, and if I wasn't capable of doing all these amazing things, I wouldn't have all the expectations, and thus I wouldn't have the anxiety.
And therefore, I'd be plugged into my real life instead of my phone life.
I think that's what people realize in that. They think they're happier, and they realize they're very depressed.
You're not happier if you're not connecting with your friends and family face to face with the phone down. Yeah, you might think that TikTok's awesome, and I do. I think TikTok is fun and awesome. But when we spend 2 hours on TikTok instead of 2 hours with our kids or our husband or our wife, TikTok's not helping you. It's hurting you.
There's a company called reviews.org, and they're paying people $2,400 to go 24 hours without any screen time. The rules for their digital detox is that you got to go a day without your cell phone, TV, gaming consoles, computers and laptops, smartwatches, or any smart devices. And then you got to submit a screen time report to show that you went 24 hours without any kind of technology.
I want to do this challenge.
I want to do it too, even with no money.
I really would. So would it be?
We need this.
Would it be better if I did that challenge during the week so I could report back to y'all and to the people, so we were able to see that, or is it better to do it on the weekend? What do you think? Because I really want to do that.
You know what? Maybe it'd be a combination of both, because you could do it right at the tail end of your work week into a weekend. So it's 24 hours. So, you could start it at like noon on Friday and go until noon on Saturday.
And I can do other things, play guitar, drink, all that. That's not technology.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
I got this.
I love your hand signal.
I got this. I'm a person that does believe too much of reading and obsessing, and even people that don't realize what's going on. I just see it in my friends and in my family. Everyone is reading, and subconsciously, I just feel like a lot of people are getting mad. They don't even know why they're mad, because they're just consuming so much content on the reg, and it's screwing us up a little bit. We all need to go sniff a tree.
Yeah, we all probably should do our own little digital detox. Probably a good thing to do, at least when you can back away from real life and do it. Probably a smart thing to do.
And I get it. Technology ain't going nowhere. But it's like anything. There's got to be a balance.
And you're a parent. Make your kids do this. If you pay for their phone, you control that phone, not them. Force them to do this with you and do it as a family. And I think everybody will come out the back end of it closer and better for it.
So this Friday into Saturday morning, if y'all want to get a hold of me, you know where I live.
Okay.
And everyone does know where I live.
So when you need to call 911 and you've gotten rid of your phone.
I'm sticking to this experiment. I'm not budging.
I'm bleeding out on the kitchen floor.
If I die for our art, Kevin, I die.
In 10 minutes, I can call 911.
I really should call, but it's that bit we're doing. It's more important than my life.
And the new iPhone has a thing that detects when you're stabbed at home.
I accidentally sliced my own wrist with a can opener.
Who would have known I really actually need that? So who would you say is the most famous person from the state of Florida? Now, to qualify this is somebody who is known for spending their childhood here up until their professional life. So when they really kind of like crushed it, like, for instance, me, I guess I would be qualified as Ohio because that's where I grew up until I started, my professional life.
You definitely would not be Florida. You're Ohio.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so. I think that's how it all works out. So who would you say would be the most famous celebrity? Now, there is a website called familyminded.com, and they came up with their own list, and I think it's terrible. because I think it's off on every state that I saw.
I saw some of them in some of the states. I'm going, wait a minute. There's bigger live celebrities that came from that state.
Yeah, they say it's Ariana Grande. And God love Ariana Grande, you know, born and raised in Boca Raton.
Of all
went to
time?
North Broward Prep. She was great on Sam and Cat. She's got many hit songs. You know, she was engaged at one point to an SNL star.
So is this of all time or is this currently right now?
This is of all time.
Okay.
You can go on this. Now, keep in mind, you know, for us, the present is now. So if you come up with somebody that might be of old time, then maybe like, I don't know, maybe they were great. I don't know. Here's your options. So they say it's Ariana Grande, but here are your options. If you wanted to argue, most famous celebrity from Florida, Dwayne Johnson would qualify. The Rock.
You're right. He grew up here.
Yeah, he did. He went to the University of Miami, and then, of course, when he became a big star, he, you know, went to Los Angeles. But he had a house in Southwest Ranches for the longest time. In fact, he probably still has a place there.
He was born in South Florida?
I don't know exactly about that, but he was raised in South Florida, played for the Canes, and so he's very associated with South Florida. So you would label him as a Florida boy, if we're giving the qualifications of the place where you spent a majority of your childhood until your professional life. You would associate him with being raised in Florida.
I mean, The Rock, I think, beats Ariana Grande.
I agree.
Right
The Rock,
away.
definitely.
Right away. They've done just a terrible job on this list.
On the list and in the ring.
He would win on every...
He would kick her ass.
Okay, there are other options. You could also argue a Pitbull. He's done a lot of musical. In fact, I would put Pitbull over Ariana Grande.
I mean, Pitbull is out there doing the work for South Florida. I mean, he is very Miami and very pro-Miami, but, I mean, he shouts out Florida a lot.
He does music, also got his own cologne. Does Grande got her own fragrance? I don't know.
He's running Miami Subs now.
Grande actually does have her own fragrance.
Terrible example, Bird, but does she have a Miami sub?
Yeah. She doesn't have Miami Subs, Bird. That's what you're going for.
That's what you want.
That's what you want. You got some other names that could qualify. Jeff Bezos. A lot of people don't realize. In fact, I saw somebody yesterday talking about Jeff Bezos, and they go, he's from Seattle. No, he's not from Seattle. Dude grew up in South Florida, man. He's a Pinecrest kid, I believe.
We're getting called out for The Rock. They're saying he was born in Hawaii, grew up in California, and then he came to Florida after. So
When he went to college?
yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay, I think his mom was here. And I think he had his place in Southwest Ranches.
But I know he is Hawaiian.
Okay. So we'll strike Dwayne Johnson off of it.
Damn,
then.
Ariana Grande just jumped back up.
No, she doesn't beat Bezos.
I bet she does.
She doesn't beat Pitbull in my book.
I don't know.
Pitbull and Ariana Grande, I would say that they are even,
They're
man.
even.
And
Okay.
maybe even Grande a little bit more on a national level, because Virginia's right. Pitbull, South Florida, I get it. Grande, SNL, P. Davidson, I don't know.
Johnny Depp.
Now we're
Delray
talking.
Beach.
Now we're
Johnny
talking.
Depp grew up in South Florida.
Johnny Depp beats everybody. Johnny
Even-
Depp.
would he
Except Amber Heard.
Oh, man.
Here we got a lot of jokes today. A lot of.
You set him up, I'll knock him down.
I think Johnny Depp wins. Who's bigger?
Tom Petty.
Johnny Depp wins.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's bigger than Tom Petty.
Okay.
And I love Tom Petty. I love him more than Johnny Depp, clearly.
Okay. And Jeff Bezos, he doesn't beat out Johnny Depp.
I don't think Bezos
Well,
does.
I don't think Bezos beats anybody on that list. Because yes,
you know Amazon.
I
but
know,
yeah,
I
right.
know, I get it. He's Amazon. He's a billionaire, but he's not pop culture. He don't have a Q score that I'm impressed with.
I feel like if I just went to Palm Beach State University and I walked around asking people about Ariana Grande, if they've heard of her, and then I asked them if they heard of Jeff Bezos, and I think you're going to get a lot more Grande than Bezos, no?
everybody knows Bezos, but it's not like, I don't know, nobody cares about Bezos. Like, Bezos ain't making a bunch of news. I think Ariana Grande, whatever she does, whoever she dates, whatever she's up to, that is a headline.
Some people are saying Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know.
too.
Yeah, again, you know, this is they spent their school days, their primary school days in South Florida. So I don't know where he
Where
went.
did Buffett grow up?
Yeah, I know he's now in South Florida.
Strike that. Scratch Buffett. Can I get some love for some Burt Reynolds up in this piece?
Oh, that's right. Didn't he go to your elementary school?
He went to Lake Park Elementary.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's bigger than Johnny Depp, and he is a big name.
He's not as big, but I'll tell you what, if it was 1978, there'd be people smoking cigarettes wanting to fight us.
Yeah. Yeah.
About Burt was huge.
I'm
man.
sure there are people right now smoking cigarettes that want to fight us.
Burt Reynolds was huge in his time.
You are right. That man was a god.
You could argue Burt Reynolds is bigger at the height of his popularity than a Johnny Depp.
And he stayed here, too. I mean, he lived out his final days here.
I'm not saying he's bigger, but you could make an argument in debate class that Burt Reynolds is bigger.
He gave more locally.
Yeah.
And that stash. Damn, that stash.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, so do you think Johnny Depp would be the most famous celebrity from Florida?
I think it is.
I think it is, too.
Okay.
Followed by Burt Reynolds.
We want to give it to Burt, but I don't think Burt is as big as Johnny.
Do you feel good about Burt coming in at number 2?
Absolutely.
Do you feel good about that, Kev?
I'm all right with that, yeah, because I don't know where I'd have to look into the Rock thing a little bit more, because I was just going off the top of the dome, what I knew about him. I didn't do a deep dive into what years he spent here.
Rest in peace, Bandit.
Yeah, if the Rock does count as Florida, the Rock probably is bigger than Burt Reynolds.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Rock is big. In fact, I think The Rock is bigger than anybody on that list.
But if he grew up in California and he just went to Miami for college, he don't count.
Even if you moved to Florida in your high school years, I'm not counting it.
Okay. Some of the other ones that they got wrong in other states as well. They didn't just blow it with Florida. Georgia, FamilyMinded.com said it was Dakota Fanning is the most famous celebrity from the state.
Out of Georgia? Dakota Fanning,
yeah.
Get out of
They
here.
forget Jimmy Carter, Martin Luther King Jr.,
Oh my
a gazillion
gosh.
A-list country stars like Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean.
Well, no, Kev, her performance in War of the Worlds was...
What?
All you have to say is Martin Luther King Jr. and then
Yeah.
you're done.
For New York, they said it was Jerry Seinfeld, but you forget about Robert De Niro, Denzel Washington, Eddie Murphy, Billy Joel, Mariah Carey, Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z,
Oh, wow.
Adam Sandler.
That's a tough one.
That is because they're all pretty damn
They're all
big.
big, but is Jerry Seinfeld the biggest of all those names?
He's up there. He is up there.
Certainly is up there.
I mean, as much as I don't want to give it to Jerry, he is up there in the conversation.
Okay. Then Family Minded gave it to Kim Kardashian for California. But you forget Tom Hanks, Tom Brady, Leo DiCaprio, Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie, Gwyneth Paltrow, Clint Eastwood, Katy Perry, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Steve Jobs.
It doesn't feel right giving it to Kim K.
It doesn't feel.
But is it accurate?
I
I
hope
don't know.
it's
I
not.
think it might be. Damn it.
Gosh, that's terrible, isn't it?
Don't let this game break you.
I think you could debate it and make a case for it. She's not as talented.
Right. Yeah, we're not talking talent. We're talking fame. Fame alone.
Kim K versus Forrest Gump. Damn it. I think Kim K wins. He don't have no gloss.
Yeah.
He ain't got no lip balm.
Doesn't feel right. For Ohio, they give it to Halle Berry, but they're forgetting about LeBron James, Jack Nicklaus, John Legend, Paul Newman, Guy Fieri, Thomas Edison, and Orville Wright. Heard of Flight?
Yeah. Flight's kind of important.
There's some bangers in there, but you gotta keep in mind, didn't she win an Academy Award?
She did.
She's made some big movies.
More famous than Thomas Edison, though?
You got a good point when you say Thomas Edison. He
Okay.
did have he had some big things cooking.
And for your home state, Virginia, Louisiana, they got Reese Witherspoon, most famous.
She's from Louisiana?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Big fan.
Yeah. But they forget about Britney Spears, Ellen DeGeneres, Lil Wayne, Jared Leto, Terry Bradshaw, Peyton and Eli Manning. Harry Connick.
Mystical.
Yeah.
Harry Connick right there. That's bigger.
You're losing your...
Britney Spears is the queen.
Britney Spears is the most famous from Louisiana.
No
right?
one's
Or
going to beat
Ellen.
that. Ellen's
kind of fell off a
fell
little
off
bit.
big time.
Yeah, Britney Spears, I would say, he's gained popularity.
Brittany got the hot hand.
Okay.
Who wants to laugh their ass off? Ooh, I know I do. Ha 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 ha. He wrote some funny punchlines just for me and you. It's Denny's Joke Jury.
Who's ready to laugh?
Okay, here we go.
So pumped. We got some comedy. I'm front row drinking a Capri Sun. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good day.
Yes, I won't do any grooming comedy, so you guys will be good.
Good, okay.
You won't groom Jaybird for molestation.
No.
Okay, Daddy's got some jokes for us. We will let him know what hits and what misses. What you got today, Denny's?
All right. What do you call a monster that haunts the grocery store?
I don't know. What do you call it?
Freddy Krueger?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
the Domino
baby.
delivery in Florida.
You know I love monster comedy.
They're new.
They are.
You're so topical and current.
Very topical.
Yeah, he is.
And it's all Halloween monsters.
Yeah. Second joke. What did the tailor shout when he sacrificed the goat?
I don't know. What did he shout?
Hail Satin.
Hail Satin.
That's a clean comedy
That's
right there.
so good.
Third joke. What do you call a monk who raps about enlightenment?
I don't know. What do you call him?
Buddha, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Damn. That's amazing.
Yep.
Fourth joke. Why did the government trade secrets with the octopus?
I don't know why.
Because squid pro quo.
I love a squid joke.
Oh, man.
And final joke. When was the last time the group of sharks really let loose?
Group sharks really let loose. I don't know. When was that?
Back when they were young, dumb, and full of chum.
Oh, Denny.
Prince song, Josh.
On fire
Prince
today. Yeah.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, they're not saying much, but they are finally acknowledging that it happened. Both Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish this week made mention of the whole lawsuit that is being brought against them from an old comedy skit they did. I think it was this for Funny or Die?
So what Funny or Die does, it allows people, anybody can upload it. We've uploaded things to Funny or Die, and then Funny or Die goes out and they produce their own content. This was not a Funny or Die video. This was user content uploaded to the site. When they saw it, they took it down.
Gotcha. So in the video in question, it's Aries Spears and it's Tiffany Haddish, and she's playing the role of a mom who needs childcare for her two kids. And Aries is playing the one that she's chosen to babysit. But oh my gosh, he's a pedophile, and maybe she doesn't realize it. Maybe she doesn't care. So there's really kind of inappropriate stuff that happens in the skit where he's obviously grooming and doing weird things with the kids.
I was pretty shocked at the video. Mainly because it wasn't funny. There was the jokes were lazy. It wasn't a good. Even in 2014. I don't know how you film that.
And that's true. You should point that out. It was from 2014. So now we're in 2022, and I guess these two kids, one of them's now an adult, and they have tried unsuccessfully in the past to come after Aries and Tiffany for this skit. But for some reason, it's sticking now, and it didn't stick in the past.
Bottom line is this. I don't know if they're going to win anything in court, and I don't think it even matters. I think the court of public opinion is bad on this one. And if you're not following it and you haven't seen the video, you just can't believe they would upload that.
Well, go watch the skit, because it's weird. And you can see what the kids are kind of saying, like, why did this happen to kids? And where was their mama? And what was the manipulation behind the scenes? Apparently, the real mother of the kids is friends with Tiffany Haddish, but the mother wasn't there when this was filmed. And when she found out it was filmed, like, it put a wedge between her and Tiffany, and then drama. And
well, then Tiffany Haddish said, well, none of it's true. And then she came back the next day and said, well, the video was wrong.
Well, they originally said this is a shakedown. This family has retained legal representation in the past, and all of their lawyers keep dropping them because it's an extortion case, and it's a shakedown.
Who knows? But to me, I don't know if any of that even. I just think no one's gonna. Aries Spears is different. He's a comedian. He wasn't really doing much anyway. Tiffany Haddish is in movies. I don't see a studio wanting to get with her right now.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be affected by this. And neither one of them is allowed to talk much about it. But Aries has a podcast, and on it he says, look, I can't talk about much, but I want to thank all my fans for the support. I don't know how much support he's getting.
Yeah.
Aries Spears had quite a week. He went after Lizzo, then Twitter went after Aries. Aries Spears was talking about Lizzo's looks.
It's not good.
And the internet went after him.
Well, people are saying, this is funny too, they're saying like, you don't come for Lizzo. Lizzo has white witch powers around her, and when you come for Lizzo, this is what happens.
We do videos all the time, and sometimes you miss the mark, but this was one of those ones where you go, how did anybody in the camp of Aries Spears, Tiffany Haddish think this was a good idea?
Yeah, I think in the world of comedy, sometimes you get a little bit blinded by that.
You
It's
do.
in the name
Yeah,
of comedy,
you do.
and
You
especially
do.
considering it was 2014.
You make bad choices, and then you're like, oh, it doesn't age well.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to be judgmental. I'm just watching it as a spectator, going, "Damn, this is not going to go good for y'all." Because no one knew of this video, and people, even though it's 2014, they think it might have all came out today.
And this might get in front of a judge, and the judge might say, this is Funny or Die. This is comedy. This is protected. I don't know. Like,
Well,
the kids weren't actually molested, were they?
No, the complaint is everything that happened on camera, everything you see on camera.
Yeah.
All right, so stay tuned. I'm sure this one is going to take quite a minute to figure out. But in the meantime, I don't think we'll see a lot of work coming from Tiffany or Aries.
I've never really been a fan of Aries. He wasn't very nice to us a few times when we interviewed him behind the scenes. Maybe Kevin didn't see some of it because Kevin was busy, but he was always a little jerky. I know we've interviewed him about 4 or 5 times. Out of the 5 times, he was nice one of the 5.
Yeah.
He just was not very nice.
I remember feeling very uncomfortable.
Well, he wasn't nice. He was jerky behind the scenes.
In other news, Zac Efron is addressing questions that he had some kind of plastic surgery to his face. And, I look at the pictures, and he did something. I don't know what he did, but he did something. His face does look different. And people that are saying it, I agree with you. So he's now had to address it. And he is saying that he was running around his house with socks on when he slipped, fell, and hit his face on a fountain and woke up with his chin bone hanging on his face and a broken jaw. And he had to get facial reconstructive surgery from that.
Oh, wow.
And that's why his face looks different. So
Okay.
there's maybe the answers we've been searching for, because his face does look different. And I don't know if it looks better. So this kind of makes sense. If he hurt himself and then had to get reparative surgery, it's not necessarily plastic surgery that made you look better.
Right.
But it is plastic surgery to your face.
Not all plastic surgery looks good. Sometimes it's okay to age the way you're supposed to age.
Just be careful with your face. It's very noticeable.
Yeah.
And finally here's another little clip for you of Jeanette McCurdy from Red Table Talk. And, this is the one that is talking about how she's glad that her mother is passed on because her mother was so controlling and manipulative. Well, will she ever have kids?
My relationship with Miranda was hugely healing to my concept of women. And my mom was always saying, men will never really know you and they'll hurt you, but women will know you deeply and then they'll hurt you. You tell me which is worse. I have 3 brothers who I love, and I felt this sort of trust toward boys that I didn't feel toward girls. Of course. Very young. And Miranda helped me to heal that relationship, but it is something that I still struggle with.
Wow.
That's from that Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to get serious about the Bread Table Talk.
Bread table, yeah.
And I want Kevin Ralston to be my first guest. It'll
I
be
don't do carbs,
fat-free
that's it.
bread.
Oh, okay.
Fat-free bread.
It's not fat free, it's carb free.
Or I can eat your bread and you can just talk.
Okay.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Sometimes when we do, we're little kids. Other times we are drunk adults. Can you tell the difference? All right, we got some submissions here from the WRMF app. Go on there, and on the bottom left-hand corner, you can find the mic drop feature. Just tell us the dumb thing you did, leave a little bit of a space, and then let us know were you a little kid or a drunk adult, and finish up your story. Okay, here's the submissions that we have for this week. What is the dumb thing you did?
I peed in a flower pot and killed an indoor plant that my mom had had for decades.
Oh,
Whoa, what kind of pee is going on with you? I'd get that checked out.
Good heavens. All right. Well,
Pee would ruin a plant?
I don't know. Apparently some. Who knows?
That feels drunk.
Drunk?
Yeah.
That's definitely drunk.
I feel like it could happen to any of us.
I just know drunk people like to do things to plants. They like to steal them. They like to grab them, pee on them.
Yeah, they think it's just another indoor toilet.
They do.
Okay.
Well, it's shaped kind of like a perfect, like little mini toilet.
Right.
It's on the ground. It's round. You can squat over it. I'm just saying, plants are kind of asking for it.
Okay, so were you a drunk adult?
I was a little kid and I was sick with a really high fever.
Damn
So
it.
I wasn't in the best frame of mind and I really had to go to the bathroom. And apparently I thought that this indoor potted plant was a toilet. I'm not really sure how I managed, but I just remember my mom coming in and screaming, "You're in the plant." Again, I was sick with a high fever and I was totally clueless. So about 3 days later, the plant started its slow death and never recovered. And to this day, my mom still has not forgiven me.
Wow.
Well, mom's got to let it go, first of all.
Hey, it's a plant, Mom.
Second of all, you had a fever, Mom.
Yeah. I'm a little kid. What do you expect here?
And third of all, I didn't know pee could kill plants.
I didn't either.
I feel like that's off.
I feel like, though, yeah.
The plant would have died anyway.
Plants are fragile.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, can you do an experiment? How many plants do you got? And I know.
I got about 8,000 plants. I have turned into my mother.
Can you pee on 3 of them and see how they do by Monday?
I'm afraid I'll kill them.
Well, science, bro.
Can I come to your house and pee on your plants?
Yeah, you can. That's
All
fine.
right.
Fake.
But I got all fake plants.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a little.
It just smell like urine in this house.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'll be there at noon.
Okay, little kid or drunk adult here. What is the dumb thing you did?
I started a fire making a quesadilla.
Oh, I know that move.
Sounds like a drunk adult, right?
It does.
Quesadilla sounds a little involved for a kid. That's not like the kind of stuff they would cook.
Quesadilla is very involved for a drunk person, too.
It
You
is.
gotta-
Yeah.
But for some
There's a lot
reason you
going
think you
on.
can do it. For some reason you think you can do it. And cheesy. Oh, man. Cheesy
Yeah.
pastry like that's so good when you're drunk.
But once you're done and you turn everything off the proper way and you're chilling on your couch, you're very happy you have that quesadilla.
No doubt. No doubt. If you can do it right.
If you do it right.
I've burnt many a quesadilla while hammered, though. So I'm going drunk adult. What are you guys saying?
Drunk.
Drunk. What were you?
I was a drunk adult.
Yeah.
We got home late from being out at the club, and I was hungry. So I put cheese in a tortilla and then heated it up in the oven on a paper plate. Well, you can guess what happened next. Thankfully, it wasn't bad, and it was easy to put out. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad did that when he was in town. We cooked a pizza, and I was going to help him, but it was in the situation where I felt like I was trying to help him too much, and he was going to get annoyed. So I'm like, all right, Dad, you got it. He put the pizza in, but he forgot to take the bottom wrapper off. So we're all this smoke, and we go, why is the pizza it's cooking a little weird? the cardboard was cooked into the pizza.
Damn, Dad.
Still ate that bitch.
I know you did. The juicy daddy can do no wrong. Let's just say that.
Okay, and I got another one here. What is the dumb thing you did?
I shot a snot wad on my brother's face.
Snot wad
I
on.
was a little kid.
Okay.
Oh, she told it.
Okay.
I'm going drunk adult.
Sorry. Okay, so she was a little kid.
kid.
I was a little kid, and my brother was the youngest, and he hated being tickled. One day I had him pinned down and was tickling him, and he was trying to get away, and I was laughing so hard, I accidentally shot a snot wad under his forehead, which made him freak out even more. He told on me when my parents got home, and I was grounded for a week. And from that day forward, I've always called him my little booger brother.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, I tell you what, I hate being tickled. If you guys held me down and all tickled me, it's a punishment.
All right, do it, bitch. Punishment.
Put that down as a punishment. Tickling me would be awful, especially if Kevin's playing techno music in the background. Tickling is the worst. Have you ever been constricted where you can't move and someone's tickling you? It's pure torture.
I haven't recently as an adult, but I bet you have.
I was tickled a lot as a kid.
I bet you've been tied up a lot as an adult.
Ever in an Ari Spears video?
We should put. Does anyone like being tickled on the show?
No, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it at all. Even when I was little, I didn't love it. Like the first 5 seconds is fun, but then everything after that is awful.
In my generation, old people love tickling young kids, and they had those old bony fingers.
They did. Old people got the oldest, boniest fingers.
Meanwhile, it only hurt. It didn't actually tickle.
It never...
And you were laughing because all you were thinking in your head was, I want to punch this old person in the face so hard.
We had a punishment a long time ago, and we never did it because we couldn't get the right. It just didn't work out. It was the loser had to be held down while clowns tickled them. That's horrifying.
It is horrifying.
Wow. What a punishment.
That's bad.
We got any clowns that love to tickle?
I mean, Fright Nights is coming up. They've got horrifying clowns that I'm sure would love to come in here and tickle that ass.
That would not be cool.
It's amazing how much more people confess when they can remain anonymous. So we've been asking these questions every single week and getting people's feedback because we post this question on Facebook. People are like, I'm not going to tell you. That's stupid.
The best is anonymous and drinking.
Oh, no doubt. I think we got a few of those.
I love it.
The question that we submitted here today for the KVJ Confessional is, what's your most embarrassing one-night stand?
Ooh, juicy.
Okay, I'm sure we probably all have one of those as well, maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure we all have some embarrassing moments that we hold deep, deep dark into our soul.
Some of the comments that we got here from the anonymous app. One says, I peed the bed and woke up to him wearing my crop top and high school basketball sweatpants on the couch.
Wow.
So you were so out of it, you peed the bed, and then he had to go find his own outfit?
He had to find an outfit because he obviously got his soaked with your urine, and he found what he could in your closet. And what he came up with was a crop top and your high school basketball sweatpants.
The fact he stuck around is pretty remarkable.
That is something.
I love it.
Yeah. Another one said, I had to go back because I apparently drunk took off a ring that belonged to my grandmother. I told my mother about it, my best friend, and she was like, please go back and get it. I want that to go to your children one day. It definitely was awful because the sex wasn't good, and doing the walk of shame twice really sucks.
That's what people don't realize. The last time we talked about one-night stands, people were saying, why would you be embarrassed to go back to a one-night stand? If it's an awful one-night stand, there's been drinking, and then you wake up, come to, and say, what have I done?
Yeah.
Coyote Ugly style?
And they said, by the way, I don't have children, so my mom was talking about kids that don't even exist. There's no way to pass it down to you, Ma. I should have just kept going. Listen to this confession here. Your most embarrassing one-night stand. Somebody said, I slept with somebody from 103.1 The Buzz, and then he talked about it on the air. But the bad part is my mom heard it and knew it was me since she had to pick me up from his apartment.
I remember when that went down because people were hitting me up going, hey, man, I think someone's talking about you. I heard about a one-night stand. It was with a radio DJ. And I go, that was not me. I had a girlfriend at the time.
Right.
But I remember that story circulating around.
Now you know who the girl is. She listened to us.
People were hitting me up about it. And I know the guy she's talking about.
Okay.
Starts with a D.
It did start with a D.
I don't think that's not who I'm thinking. Is that who she's saying it was?
I don't know. That's who I'm guessing.
No, that's not who it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to say who it was.
But there was a D involved.
There was definitely a D involved.
Okay. This confession says, I have a black book and I named this dude P-Boy because he peed on me. I blocked him and never spoke to him again. Okay. I wonder what else she's got in that black book.
Yes, tell us the secrets.
Mm-hmm. What is your most embarrassing one-night stand? One of the confessions we got says, I met a dude off of Tinder. At the hotel, he ripped off the prophylactic and said he wanted to put his baby in me.
Oh, dude.
What the heck?
Oh, my. See, Tinder, Kevin's like a jungle out there, man. It's the Wild Wild West on Tinder.
Wow.
Check, please.
Not everyone, believe it or not, Virginia's looking for love on Tinder.
Wow.
Wow.
That's so aggressive. No warming of the oven.
Yeah, no. Somebody said, yeah, my most embarrassing one-night stand, I met a guy on Tinder in college. I had some fun chats before he showed up to my house, and I realized that I've worked with him before.
You knew him from an old job?
Yeah. Sex was terrible, but he was one of those marathon men who wanted to keep going.
Oh, so it was it was awful and long?
Yeah, I told him my friends were on the way, and he had to go.
He was a marathon man.
Yeah, we're going to keep this thing going all night. No, please.
Just chip it away at that thing.
Stop.
Read the room, dude.
And this confession says the guy I brought home must have been a sleepwalker because I woke up to poop in his hat on my nightstand. My toothbrush was in the toilet and a bunch of other stuff was all askew. I asked him about it. He claimed he went outside and scooped dog poop up with his hat. Why?
What?
I threw him out and then bleached my entire house.
See, I don't know if he was even a sleepwalker. He might have just been messed up.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that's what happens when you bring a stranger into your home. You just don't know. They might crap in your hat.
You're right. It's way better. If you're going to do this, do it in a hotel.
The one time remember the time I brought the two girls to my place and we were just hanging out? It wasn't even a one-night stand kind of a thing. And I mean, I did hook up with one of the girls. Her and her friend end up stealing everything in my bathroom.
Everything.
The soap, the shampoo.
Was the other girl sitting in the corner watching while you guys were hooking up?
She was around, yeah.
That's interesting.
They stole my roommate at the time's DVDs. They cleaned us out, man. But why all my bathroom stuff?
Well, shampoo's expensive.
It was so annoying going back to Walmart buying all that because I had just bought all of those toiletries.
They took your shampoo.
They took everything.
Everything.
All soap.
That's so weird. I wonder if they had a plan to roll you. And maybe, like, that was the plan the whole time. They just waited for you to fall asleep. And they're like, we're going to get all kinds of stuff. And then they realize, oh, damn, all this loser has is shampoo.
He's got his toiletries and his roommate's DVDs.
Well, we're taking his crap.
That was before I had any toys.
We don't care how low budget it is. We're taking this man's shampoo.
They Cardi B'd me, but for low budget items.
Nothing. For nothing and no reason. All right, got some other confessions here, the anonymous ones that people sent in through the app, and also a few that you've texted in, 877-979-WRMF. Always love to hear these juicy stories. Somebody said, I had a weekend romp with my friend's uncle when he was 51 and I was 24.
Whoa.
How about that, huh?
That is quite an age gap.
So are you going to put that in the creepy category, or...
Your friend's uncle, that big of a gap? Yeah, it feels creepy.
27 years.
Okay, now let's reverse the genders. Queen.
It's Madonna.
You go, Queen. You
yeah.
do you,
no,
girl.
Not even Madonna. Madonna's what, like... Isn't Madonna like 70 now or something like
She's
that?
in her 60s, dog.
Her new boy is 23.
Wait, Kevin might be right. I'm looking up Madonna. The Madonna example is way more of a gap than what you just said.
Yeah, this is 27 years.
Madonna is... Oh, boy. She is going to be... Okay, she's 64. She just turned 64.
Okay.
So she's 10 years on that.
That's a 40-year,
Her dude is... Madonna's new dude is 23.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of them making out.
Oh, it's so much wet kissing. I know, it's a little weird.
He can't be into it because it's stirring his drawers, right?
He cannot be into it.
I think he is into it. Look, I think Madonna's done a great job keeping it together. She's got all his money. I get it, she's 64, but I would not be grossed out.
She's in amazing shape and she looks great, but she's just doing a lot of weird stuff, man. She
You
looks a little
guys
odd to me
are
right
seeing
now.
the filtered pictures.
Yeah, okay.
I think the reality is probably a little...
Yeah, the latest photos I've seen from her are very odd.
She's out there, man, but she's doing what she's always done. Madonna is just being sexual Madonna. She's not changed a bit.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying
that's always been her lifelong routine.
There's a lot of guys out there that would not care.
The skin just changes when you're in your 60s. I'm sorry.
It changes in your 40s.
It does. Well, that's the whole point. And so that's what I'm asking. I mean, are they physically into it, or is it just like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to put up with this because it's going to get my name out there? And
you got a couple whiskeys in you. There's a massage going on, a little candle.
We're all hookers, Kev. It's just the price is negotiable.
Yeah, I'm just curious, what is the motivation?
You know the
Carnal
motivation.
or
It's more about what she can do for him.
Yeah.
And you don't know, she might actually have him on the payroll.
Okay.
He's a male model.
Yeah.
He's just got a new modeling gig this week.
Okay.
Damn, do not read the comments in our chat room, Madonna.
Aw. She's doing what she's always done. So, I mean, you can't be mad.
But there's not as many people outraged that she's going after a young guy. If that was the other way around.
You're right.
You pig.
It feels hypocritical, but it is what it is. I can't tell you. We can't change the fact that the gender does matter.
Yeah, and to me, I don't care. Regardless of genders, you do you. If you want to
legal,
go for it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I can still say, if I were 20, I would find it gross. I'm sorry. It's just gross.
When you're 23.
Exactly, yeah.
60 anything is gross.
I think what Kevin's saying is even at 49, he's not into it.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's gross.
Skin changes, Kevin.
It does.
It does. And it really attacks the neck area.
And the testicles, I hear.
Yeah.
This confession said, no one in my family knows that I'm in a gay throuple relationship. It's been over a year.
That's juicy.
What is that?
You're with two people. You're in a relationship with two other people. You're all in it together.
Same sex,
you all
okay.
know. No, a throuple doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be same
It
sex.
can be 2 guys and a girl. It can be 3 guys.
Three
it can
girls.
be 3
Okay.
girls.
It's just you're in a relationship with 2 other people and everyone knows about it.
It's just a throuple, not a couple.
Okay.
And there's no secrets about it.
Right. All the players know what's going on.
You'll see it on TikTok where like a girl will be on. She'll do one of those videos. Me getting all upset when my girlfriend comes over and then the girlfriend walks in the shot. No, I'm not because my boyfriend's out of town and we have the bed to ourselves. There's all this throuple stuff on TikTok. It's very in right now, Kevin.
Okay.
To be in a throuple.
I'd like to see your algorithm over there. I'm not getting the throuple stuff. You freaky little monkey.
It just comes up, dog. I'm not seeking out throuple.
All right.
This confession said, at school in the 90s, I won a Sony Discman for writing an anti-drug rap. A day later, I sold it to buy $20 worth of weed.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Did you have a Discman?
I did, yeah, and it skipped all the time.
Yeah, you couldn't walk down the street without
Nothing.
that thing skipping.
All the time.
The Walkman was so much better. The tape one.
The Discman was unlistenable.
And they'd always say, "Oh, you can even run with it. It's got
No,
that
you
extra
couldn't.
skip button."
No, you could not.
Baloney.
Yeah, they tried to. It had anti-shock, and they would
Whatever.
anti-shock on it. No,
It had anti-music
didn't work.
because your music wouldn't play.
Yeah. It did not work at all. It's crazy. Let me see a couple other ones here. It says, I love older women. I've been with women up to the age of 70, and some of them are real wild.
That's what I'm saying. Not everyone. I'm telling you.
Okay, so maybe that's the Madonna thing and I think women do have more confidence as they get older, and they just don't care, and so they will be totally uninhibited. And younger guys are like, man, nobody my age, like I can't get a girl to even make love with the lights on.
There was somebody that was married and they got with an older woman after they were divorced, and he said it was the most wild, craziest sex he ever had. And she was a good 15 years older than him. We're talking in the 60s area.
Do I know this guy?
You just might.
Damn, it's one of the snack packers, isn't it?
It's always the snack pack. They're always doing the.
Yeah.
They're always up to no good.
And finally, somebody confessing here says, when my dog was a puppy, he was very picky where he'd poop. It was obvious when he needed to go, but he always needed encouragement. Well, one stormy evening, I had a shivering dog out there, and I decided to sport him by pooping next to a palm tree where he'd pooped before. It didn't work. Okay.
What?
What?
He's saying that to encourage his dog to poo, because the dog wouldn't poo. He's like, look, it's okay. It's all right.
So
Look.
he pooed and showed his dog, look, I'm pooing.
And his dog was then weirded out and wouldn't poop.
I'm with the dog.
Well, I mean, his dog was weirded out. Imagine his neighbors.
Yeah.
What a
What are you
weird
doing, man?
guy.
What is our neighbor doing out there? Is he pooping in the yard again?
That's why I don't think he's telling many people that story.
Your dog just called Big Ranch Rescue. It wants to go back.
Is that a Port St. Lucie area code? Is that 772?
That feels like it, right? Probably.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
So many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, crazy story. Every day we've got a different shark or gator attack that is going on. Just
got another
every
one?
day. Yeah, this one's even more horrific than the others I've had.
Dang.
A 58-year-old woman from Pennsylvania was killed by a bull shark in Nassau in the Bahamas after leaving on Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas cruise ship with her family out of Port Canaveral on Sunday. She was just snorkeling.
Wow.
Just snorkeling when she was attacked by this bull shark.
So did it attack her body or did it attack the leg and she bled out?
It didn't say specifically where the shark attacked on her body, but it does say that the horrific attack happened right in front of her family.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shnikes.
That is terrible.
Unreal.
I don't like that story, Kev.
It's a terrible story, but what the heck is going on? Remember how rare the shark deaths were and attacks? It was just only an accident. Same thing with the gators. And yesterday we had a guy whose arm was bit off.
Well, if they're psychotic humans, they're psychotic sharks, no?
But
is it just more publicized?
No.
Or is it really happening more?
The number that's this year, it's happening at a crazy, alarming level.
Damn.
And they're trying to figure out why. I don't know if it's warmer water or what the heck is going on, but for some reason, sharks and gators are pissed this year.
Is there a new Sharknado movie coming out?
Yeah. Do they know about Shark Week and they're looking for press?
I remember when that came out. They actually had a shark death during Shark Week.
They did. Shark Week, I feel like
we brought that up. You said it must be Shark Week. I'm like, it is. It's not Shark Week now, but they're still killing.
I think it kind of kicked up at the beginning of Shark Week, all these shark talk.
They're still going.
I love to snorkel. That's horrifying.
I know. Just right there in the Bahamas, just snorkeling like nothing.
Damn.
And a bull shark out of nowhere just says, nope, your day's done. Crazy, right?
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Will we?
You're one of those aquatic witches. You just fly out of the water.
Well, you got gators in the swamp, sharks in the water. You've got dudes on meth on planes. I mean, it's just a crazy world out there.
Please tell me it wasn't the pilot.
It was not, thankfully. It was a passenger on a Delta flight from Portland to Atlanta.
Oh, that's a long-ass flight.
And this guy said, you know what, I'll just settle in with a nice bag of meth.
So relaxing for a flight.
Yeah, so nice. Let me just sit back, do some meth, enjoy my flight. Well, before you knew it, he was crawling on top of the seats.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he took napkins and started shoving moist towelettes into the vents. He claimed that he was being poisoned and that poison was coming out of the vents.
Seems logical.
So then he continues climbing over seats in the exit row in first class, and the people in first class apparently don't like guys on meth crawling over their heads.
I get it.
So they had to get the flight attendants. They tried restraining him, but you ever tried restraining a guy on meth?
Never.
It was not going well.
I feel like I'm not the girl for the job.
It would be a great do-it-bitch punishment. You have to restrain a man on meth.
Wow.
We could probably go find one right now at the gas station.
We could. I feel like that'd be the beginning of a relationship.
I feel like at least once a week I get shook down for gas money right here at our gas station by someone who is itching their face a lot.
So do you think the person that did this, they go, you know what? All right, I can handle my meth on the plane. I know it's chancy, but I'll be cool. No one will even know. Do you think that was their process?
That's probably exactly what they thought.
And it did not work out that way.
Wow, just crazy.
You don't control meth. Meth controls you.
I do. I feel like when you think you can control meth, that's when
meth wins.
That's when you really lost it.
Somehow they amazingly did subdue the guy on meth. He was arrested because you cannot do meth on a plane if you didn't know.
Get enough people, you can subdue him. But it is going to take 4 of y'all to wrangle the wily meth guy. And that's a lot.
What's more scary, snakes on a plane or meth guy on a plane? I think meth on a plane. Meth on a plane.
Yeah.
Meth on a plane might be worse.
It is worse.
I think it's worse.
I think the snakes would want nothing to do with you because they're freaked out because they're like, why the hell are we on a plane?
The meth guy's he's got things on his mind. He wants to explore.
It's a crazy story out of Las Vegas. There is this guy, Jeff German, who would write about politics going on in town, and apparently he was just railing on the Clark County Public Administrator, Robert Tellis. So Robert Tellis killed him.
Yeah, Robert Tellis lost his election and blamed the journalist and killed the journalist.
Crazy, right?
That is insanity.
Yeah.
And they instantly knew who it was.
I'm kind of shocked this doesn't happen more often, where somebody writes or says something about somebody and they end up killing them.
Critical, yeah. Social media, even all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because people are unhinged more and more every day.
This Robert Tellis, the public administrator, said that this guy, Jeff German, had been going through his garbage, trying to find evidence against him, and had all these smear campaigns. So, yeah, he just lost it and killed the guy. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm really shocked it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
Well, this is insane. Tupac Shakur went crazy and started beating a guy outside a Hialeah hospital.
Wait, Tupac Shakur is dead, Kevin.
And does he have a new album dropping?
Probably, yeah. This is a Miami woman named Tupac Amaru Shakur.
Wow.
She's 34, and there was an elderly guy just chilling outside a Hialeah hospital, and she went at him with a baseball bat.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy.
She is unhinged.
He had injuries to his face, upper lip, right arm, right hand, and right leg in the attack.
That's so sad.
She needs to make some changes.
Yeah. The amazing thing is the guy refused to go to the hospital even though he was sitting right in front of it.
He's got...
That's a badass.
Or he's got stuff he's trying to hide. You don't go to the hospital if you got secrets.
Yeah.
Maybe secret identity.
If you got unsavory things going and you don't go to the hospital after you have wounds, there's something going on in your life.
Apparently, Tupac Shakur is now homeless, but did find a home because Tupac is going to jail.
Yeah, you can't attack people like that.
Charged with aggravated battery on a person 65 or older. That carries heavier charges.
I'm not going to lie, though. I'm without a doubt in the mood to hear some California Love right now.
Or Kevin doing California Love.
I'll take Kev Pop.
That's kind of like California Love on a banjo.
The sweet sounds of Kev Pop, I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm. A woman and 4 accomplices were arrested for faking her kidnapping to extort $50,000 from the woman's mother. And they thought they could get away with it because they'd actually done it 3 other times.
Wow, they did get away with it.
Wow.
And I get it. If you got away with it 3 other times.
If it's working. Yeah.
Now, it wasn't the same chick, was it?
It was, yeah.
The same chick 3 times.
I guess, yeah.
Finally, the mom's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, from the woman's mother.
How many times is my one daughter going to be abducted?
Yeah. Oh, you're kidnapped again? Oh, dang it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here's $20,000.
Yeah, I think it was the same person.
That's ridiculous.
Well, we know those car lines can get crazy, but one mom in San Antonio got a little unhinged. Now, she was apparently in the traffic line outside of a school, and a cop was there and told her to stay in the line. But she said, I don't have time for this. I'm late for work. So she turned her wheel in the direction of the deputy and struck him with her vehicle and drove off.
She hit the cop?
Yeah, she's like, I'm not staying here.
Oh, my gosh. The car line really is making people go insane.
It is. It is. Yeah, crazy stuff. We talked about this too. Fake barcodes. There's a woman in Texas got busted in the Walmart self-checkout line. She had made a fake barcode that registered 25 cents. She went through $100 worth of merchandise and had a grand total of like $4.
Wow.
Yeah. But they do have those loss prevention officers there, and somebody caught her and busted her. So
they have cameras too.
Yeah.
You got to be real subtle or slick.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it item after item after item, they're going to catch you, you big dummy.
Talking about cameras, did you know that Florida has a secret blacklist to spy on highway drivers, and officials will not reveal how they use it? Now, you know they can read license plates and all that stuff. You got the Sun Pass and all those kind of things. Well, now people are saying, hey, we want a disclosure on what you're doing with this information. Well, some of it they use to flag stolen vehicles, Amber Alerts, toll violators, things like that. But there's no state law restricting its use to just those types of cases. They could track people around, just random people if they wanted to. Say you got a crazy ex that works for the state.
Damn.
They could go in and start getting your information, and they're asking, and the state won't reveal what they're doing with that information.
There's many ways to ruin someone's life these days without you even really knowing it's happening.
Yeah, so they are pressing the state, but the state won't reveal. And an interesting story. Did you know that Jesus was the first person to play cricket and baseball?
Huh.
That's what a group of historians are saying on the Rest is History podcast. They were talking about an 8th century manuscript copy found in a library in Jerusalem of a much earlier gospel which described the infancy of Jesus. They say as a youth, Jesus would play games similar to cricket with balls and a bat and even baseball.
Now, how did Jesus do with the 0-2 curveball?
He was amazing. Apparently, they said Jesus was a star at playing these sports. The manuscript even talked about how he would run out on the water when a ball was hit into the sea to retrieve it, and he ran on the water. The manuscript said that many would gather there and watch Jesus play and would be amazed.
So clearly Jesus batted 1,000.
Jesus batted, I mean, yeah. How could he ever strike him out? You go, this guy's really good.
Technically,
I don't get it.
Jesus could throw the ball, run back to home plate, hit it, and then run out the field and catch it if he wanted to.
Even on the sea.
We call that a gold glover, Virginia.
You definitely want Jesus on your team.
Jesus probably should be put in the Baseball Hall of Fame, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, he's one of the best. I'd say he was pretty good too, but very controversial. A lot of power. The devil.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. So.
Satan versus Jesus.
I would watch that game.
Baseball showdown.
The devil's on the mound, Jesus at the plate. You can't get any better than that.
Who would have known? Maybe Jesus actually invented baseball.
Wow.
Crazy story,
Love
huh? But it's crazy hot out there. It's so hot. I had that max on the AC where it blows as hard as it can for as long as it can. It's so hot now, I pretty much have to just keep it on that.
Yeah.
It's so insane.
This is the time of year I'm so happy. I got that air conditioning butt seat. Oh, it blows cool air on my butt.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't it do warm air as well?
It does. And Rocco put that on the other day as a joke. Little devil.
Oh, warm
All
air.
of a sudden I had this flaming hot butt. I'm like, what is going on? Rocco put on the heated seats.
Yeah.
I was giggling in the back seat.
I don't know. Heating seats, farty woman. Is that the right move?
No, it's not the right move. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the right move.
No.
Heat on the bar?
Well, in the winter, heated seats can be nice.
Winter, what is that?
Yeah, we're in Florida. What would we know of winter?
So with it being so hot outside and you needing maximum AC, is it okay to leave your dog in a car where the AC is blasted? Typically, the big no-no, you never leave a dog in a car because they can quickly overheat.
Yeah, in Florida, people get real mad. They'll break the windows open. But I was at the CVS, and there was a debate going on. Some woman left her dog in the car, and I caught the tail end of it. And what I gathered from it, the dog was in the car, but it was running. All the windows were up, and the air condition was on, and the dog was left alone in the car. The woman ran into CVS, I guess. I was going to run back out. By the time that happened, someone was waiting for her at the car, bitching and moaning about it. You can't leave a dog in the car. And she was going, there's air condition. Mind your own business. My dog is fine.
Well, the thing about the air condition, yeah, you're covered. The dog's not going to be like stroking out from the heat. The problem is the dog can shift the gears and put the car in drive.
And take off
and go joyriding, yeah.
Cruise to town.
I mean, he can drive right through the damn CVS.
Go to Taco Bell, get a Nacho Bell's Grande, whatever dogs
Go
do.
to Denny's house looking for them popsicles.
Yeah, pick up some bitches.
Oh, yeah. He's going to pick up bitches, popsicles, and some weed.
I think
He's going to Denny's house.
I don't think you're going to hurt your dog as far as like the heat, but you're dumb because your dog could wreck your car.
Well, that's just it. Let's say I saw a dog in a parking lot, but it was air conditioned, the windows are rolled up, and I take a brick and break the window. I'm saving the dog.
You're not saving the dog.
People are going, dude, there was air conditioning in there.
I mean, it's a dangerous move, but I see people do it all the time.
So was the one woman complaining about the woman doing it? Was she the Karen and getting involved for no reason then?
I would not get involved with that because I wouldn't feel necessarily like the dog is at risk. To me, what I would think would be the biggest threat is somebody maybe coming up to ping pong what kind of dog you have, possibly stealing your dog. That's why I
can leave my car on and leave the AC on and leave people or dogs in the car and lock it. So no one can get in it.
I think that's the modern day car now. Because the fight is you can't leave a dog in a hot car. That's why people get all pissy about it.
So that's gone. If you have the AC blasting and the dog is in the car, the dog is not at risk of heat exposure. So that is done. But, the question is, can you leave your car running? Somebody in the chat room is saying that it's illegal to do in the state of Florida to leave your car running unattended.
But that wasn't even the fight, though. The woman was fighting about the dog's well-being. I get it; it's illegal and all that on a traffic violation or a parking violation. Their fight was about the dog's well-being.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that the dog could drive through the CVS.
I don't think the dog can drive through the CVS.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I keep letting you say that. I thought it was a joke at first, but you're really double downing on
What
dumb.
what if the dog hits the gear shift and
Well, you got to have your foot on the brake. So is this Marmaduke?
Not all cars have to have their foot on the brake to switch gears.
I don't know. I think that is a lower percentage of. I don't know.
That would not be my concern. I wouldn't think that the dog's going to take off driving.
Maybe the dog, drives. Maybe the dog's been drinking. I don't know, Kevin.
I think dogs can shift the car and drive, but what the hell do I know? I've only seen it on TikTok videos.
So are you double downing or triple downing on
She's
dumb?
now triple downing if you're keeping
it.
score.
I've seen
Wait,
dogs.
you've seen on TikTok dogs driving cars?
Dogs accidentally put the car in gear and the car crashes into something. I've seen it.
Jaybird is on TikTok. It has to be true.
Well, yeah, no, I agree because you can't fake anything with an app these days, Kevin.
Everything on TikTok is real, Kevin.
All right, let me just read a couple of the comments here in all caps. Virginia, you're wrong.
Yeah, and
I've seen it.
a cop buddy of mine saying that you can leave your car running. If it gets stolen, you're liable. So it's kind of on you.
Wait a minute, the chat room was wrong?
Yeah, the chat room and TikTok not real reliable.
Between the chat room, TikTok, and Virginia, there's a lot of wrong going on right
There's
now.
a lot of wrong, so we got to
Whatever.
reframe it and say that it would just be your concern, I think, of someone stealing your car with your dog in it. That would be my biggest concern, and that's your risk.
I honestly thought she was kidding at first, but then I'm like,
Yeah.
she's triple
No,
downing on dog.
Yeah, she's letting you know that she completely believes that dogs can drive.
I think it can happen.
Yeah.
It's like Toonsis, that cat.
I've seen the video.
Yeah.
Show me this video, because I ponied up and I showed you the horse painting.
All
Remember
right.
when I was like, do horses paint, Kevin? You're like, I don't know if horses paint. I go, look at this video. The horse is painting.
The only cars that you could knock into gear would be an old classic car. All newer cars have to have their foot on the brake to shift.
She's researching it. She's going to pull up this video.
Okay.
I've seen the video. Dog puts car in reverse and drives it in circles. And it was from 2019.
What was it? What was the car?
Florida dog drives car in reverse. Dog put into car. 2019, only a couple years ago.
There is in her defense, there's a headline that says Florida dog takes over a car and drives it in a circle.
So, now, do you want to apologize to me?
I'm not apologizing because I'm believing that you cannot.
Okay, it's on CNN, so
Well, we're
maybe
definitely
you
not
should
believing.
apologize to me and CNN and YouTube and
How is
Sky
that
News.
even possible? And did the person who made the video set the dog up to do it?
It happened in Port St. Lucie.
The story's getting CNN.
I'd like to find
Port
out.
St. Lucie.
Virginia
look,
is
it's on NBC as well.
Virginia
Ever heard of
is
NBC?
all over this, saying that it is something that can be done, and a gazillion different people are saying this is physically impossible for a dog to drive a car.
I love that this is a real debate.
Look it up. Google it, bruh.
Bruh. I'm Googling it, but I'm just saying. All right. I now have to research this story, Kevin.
Yeah.
Video footage showing dog accidentally starting his owner's car and driving it.
Dog accidentally starting his owner, so he started
the
the car
then
and
he
then
put
he
it
drives
in put it in reverse and drove it in reverse for an hour. They could not get this damn dog out of the car in Port St. Lucie. It's a real story. I don't know what to tell you.
Can you play the video? Because there is stuff coming up,
I will
Kevin.
play the video.
for an hour. So the dog,
a black lab.
The dog turns the car on, and then the dog puts it into reverse, and then drives for an hour.
Yes, in a cul-de-sac, which is very convenient.
Kevin, the story is
Somebody's saying that with the story, the car was left in gear, and the dog happened to be in the car.
Ah, okay.
You can't.
But if you have
sit
the
a
car
and
in
leave it in
park-
gear, it would already be moving.
I don't know.
I think this is a great,
all right.
great
Can
debate.
anyone confirm Virginia is quadruple downing that dogs can drive your car? Yeah.
And I think some dogs would drive better than me. So I would say, let the dogs drive.
The only thing I would say about this whole thing is this is one story out of the entire history of Earth.
Yeah.
And
aside from dogs driving, it doesn't seem like there's any problem necessarily with leaving your dog in your car with the AC going, and that woman was just a rogue Karen.
And a manual car can be left in gear.
Manual car, yeah.
Yeah, they can be left in gear. So they could have had it in gear, a different gear, and the dog could have jumped on. But you're making it sound like
Look, I'm just reading the story.
How come there's no video?
A Florida dog put a car into reverse and drove it in circles for nearly an hour. That's the story. The dog shifted his owner's car into reverse.
But you're saying that you've seen this a lot on TikTok.
I saw the video. This is the video I saw.
That's one video. I'm not trying to make this rough.
Okay, well, we'll try to come up with the answer here. Is this legit? Did the dog actually get in the car, start it, and then put it in reverse and drive for an hour? What's the mystery here?
Because I feel like there's a half a truth with this story. Yeah, the dog was
feels like there's an explanation, but yeah, I would never be afraid of if I saw a dog in a car, I would be like going, that dog's going to clearly drive off. It would not be a thought that I would have.
Oh man, there's a lot of
All
stuff.
Right, well, we'll try to get to the bottom of this if you've got any other information, because I'll tell you, Virginia's kind of standing on an island alone right now. A lot of people in the chat room don't believe this is possible.
Well, then Google it.
Well, the thing is, there is stuff on Google, but it's that CNN story, and I feel like that's
It's also on NBC
or whatever polarizing news network you want to go with. They are go. I feel like there's more.
Do I need to find it on Fox News to make you happy?
Okay, so we got to get to the true here. Can dogs drive? 877-979-WRMF.
Our DJ's dumb.
Yes. So we're trying to figure out, can dogs drive cars? We were talking about whether or not it's okay to leave a dog in a car with the AC blasting. And Virginia said, well, what about the dog knocking it into park and taking off? There's a story from November of 2019 about a dog named Max who was with his owner who had gotten out of the car in this cul-de-sac in Port St. Lucie, shuts the door, leaving Max inside. It says in the story that Max hit the shifter into reverse, causing the car to start circling, leaving the owner locked out of the car. And apparently this went on for about an hour before the cops got in there and finally jumped in the car and got it taken care of and under control.
Max's best day ever.
So what the heck? How is this possible? This was a 2003 Silver Mercury Sable, maybe in the older cars, because people were screaming at us in the chat saying, you got to have your foot on the brake to be able to put it into gear. This can't happen. Here's Jordan, another problem in Port St. Lucie. Apparently, it's only driving dogs in Port St. Lucie. So
them dogs are good up there.
Yeah, they have driver's ed for dogs in Port St. Lucie. Jordan, is that what's going on here?
Actually, this wasn't in Port St. Lucie when it happened. This was back in Connecticut where I grew up.
Okay, and what had happened? You had a dog that kicked the car into gear?
Yeah, so it was an older van. I want to say it was like an 87 Dodge Caravan because, my truck now, this could never happen, like they said.
Yeah.
I'd have to have my foot on the brake in order to even get it in gear. But this was one of the column shifters, and the dog had jumped up and knocked it down to drive. And when my mom got back to the car, immediate reaction was, oh, my God, somebody stole my car and stole my dog. And then she looked down the hill. It's very farmland out there, and the car was up against a fence post that was blocking a pond, and the dog had, just jumped up, knocked it into gear, and rolled away.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's probably one of the reasons why they started making that safety feature where you got to put your foot on the brake, because these dang driving dogs. Like we can't have dogs driving. They're terrible drivers.
But Max, for one day, was the coolest dog at the dog park. You're not gonna believe what I did.
Yeah. So maybe in a 2003 Mercury Sable, because that is a 20-year-old car now, that maybe they did not have that. So That is the big question here. So I guess technically, yeah, if it's an older vehicle, you got to keep an eye out for that. So don't leave your dog in an old car. The dog might take off driving.
They'll drive away.
Yeah, there you go. Crazy stuff. Angie said, the things I've learned from the KVJ show today, Jesus invented baseball and dogs drive cars. It's just crazy. You never know what you're going to learn on this show.
We are educational. I don't care what our bosses say.
Yeah, we do. Learning the rules of the road here today. You're always finding out something new. I did look it up here and saw that the 22 Florida statutes has included that a person driving or in charge of any motor vehicle may not permit it to stand unattended without first stopping the engine, locking the ignition, and removing the key. So technically, yes, you could not leave your car running with your dog inside.
Huh.
That would be a violation of a Florida state statute. And they say it's a non-criminal traffic infraction punishable as a non-moving violation is provided in Chapter 318, which we're all very familiar with Chapter 318.
So even like the cop didn't know.
Yeah.
He said, no, it's not illegal. And apparently it is illegal, but it's just a minor infraction.
Mm-hmm. And apparently this is a newer statute because that's a retired cop. And so this is a newer thing. So, yeah, just so you know. So if that were going on, they could ticket you for that. Somebody else had said, yeah, just to let you know that they are ticketing you too using drones on the highway to clock your speed. It's one of the new things. Yeah, somebody texted and said, my fiance was just pulled over yesterday and was told that he was clocked by a drone.
Wow.
My friend got pulled over by a helicopter.
Really?
Damn.
Yep.
They're everywhere.
How do they stop you? Like the helicopter tried to land and get him to the side of the road?
Yeah, I wasn't with them, but they told me they got pulled over by a helicopter on I-95. They were pulling people over with a helicopter.
What the heck, man? Hey, it's crazy. It's a crazy world out there. Crazy world out there. I thought it was kind of an interesting concept here. Guy Fieri, who has now moved to South Florida. He lives in Lake Worth Beach. You'll see him out every now and then. He's got a couple things going on. He's helping Vanilla Ice with his new restaurant and brewery that he's opening up in Lake Worth Beach.
He's been making charitable donations to local public high schools.
Yeah.
Doing the right thing, PR.
Yeah, really blending into the community here. Well, apparently he's got a rite of passage for his sons that involves driving an old car for a year when they get their driver's license. He said if you can drive an old car without getting tickets, dents, or accidents, then you can buy a car, but you got to do it for a year. So you got a beater startup, and you got to be able to get that out there. You can't run into any mailboxes.
I got a picture of the mailbox, by the way.
You do?
I do. It just got it last night.
Is it toast?
It's so toast.
Do you have, by the way, the total bill on car and mailbox damage?
Not yet. Still waiting.
Boy. That's going to be fun, huh?
The final estimate for the car is not in.
So,
the car is at the shop, but they haven't got the final bill.
So you're a parent that can speak to this. What do you think about that Guy Fieri's rule and his rite of passage for driving?
He's brilliant. He's smarter than me. He's doing it better than me. I heard another mom over the weekend give me a secret that I was like, mind blown. Why didn't I think of this?
What's that?
She said, I will only give a 16-year-old a stick shift. That way, both hands are busy all the time, and they have to learn stick, and they can't have their phone in their hand.
Okay.
Brilliant.
That is actually smart. And another good bonus of that, too, is most kids today aren't going to know stick. So
You're right.
If you're worried about their friends driving their car, most kids can't drive a stick shift.
I wish I could go back and do it again. I would make Magnolia drive stick shift and not on automatic car, because if you have a free hand, of course it's tempting to look at your phone. But if you're constantly shifting, you can't.
Okay.
That's just genius advice, I heard.
Yeah. Got to tell you, the show's just full of some good information here today. I got to tell you, this is one of the coolest stories that is going on right now. Even if you're not necessarily a tennis fan, I am all about this Francis Tiafoe, watching what he is doing. If you didn't see the other day when he knocked off Rafael Nadal, who's one of the greatest tennis players on planet Earth with 22 Grand Slam championships, this Francis Tiafoe is a guy, just an upstart. He's like 24 years old. He's like the 22nd seed in the U.S. Open. Nobody's giving him a shot. He's a kid that his father was from Sierra Leone and got a job as a janitor, and he and his family didn't have any money, so they slept on the floor of the club, the tennis club where he worked, and little Francis didn't have any rackets, couldn't afford one, so he took all the broken rackets and he would just start hitting the balls up against the wall because he was there all day and night when nobody was there. And they started noticing this kid getting better, and eventually the club said, you know what, we'll give him free lessons.
It's such a good story.
And his life has taken off since then. He was crying on the court after he beat Rafael Nadal, and you're just like, oh man, I love this dude. He is the first American now to advance to the semifinals since 2006. He won again after beating Nadal. He won his next match, and he's going to be playing again tomorrow. And I got to tell you, I'm really watching it now, all dialed into this. I got a new favorite tennis player.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's really cool. He is the first black man, too, to get this far in the U.S. Open since Arthur Ashe did it.
Wow.
And the stadium they're playing in is Arthur Ashe Memorial Stadium.
I mean, it's so poetic.
It is.
It's writing its own ESPN documentary.
It really is. So it's an amazing story. If you want to plug into something, that's something to check out. And I also saw a funny clip, too. In the women's side of the U.S. Open, Jessica Pegula, she is the number 6 ranked player in the world. She's got South Florida ties, at least through her parents.
She's the Pegulas that own the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that at least it was her parents that the Oxbridge school field. I know they contributed the money for that. So if you see that was the Pegulas that
I think the
put that in there.
Pegulas have a place in Boca as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so there are South Florida ties there.
There are.
Mm-hmm. So she was knocked out of the U.S. Open by Swiatek. But she had a good approach that I think more people should do. When she was doing her press conference after losing her match, she was drinking a Heineken. Right up there at the podium.
Good for her.
Hi, Jessica. Sorry about the loss. I'm Darcy Main from ESPN.com. I like the Heineken.
I'm trying to pee for doping, so although it does help ease the loss.
Yeah, it does help ease the loss.
Girl, don't we know it?
Yeah, it really, in fact, honestly, the losers table should be sponsored by Heineken. Can you imagine? Just, you know what? You just lost. Have a beer. I mean, what the heck? You don't have to play tomorrow.
And now you got to sit here in front of all these press and answer questions about your loss.
Yeah.
That sucks. You deserve a beer.
Next time, just bring up a joint.
Yeah, maybe they can start doing it. You're right. In states where it's legal. In New York, you can do it.
I love that.
You can have a weed table, whatever you want. So there you go. All right, we got the After the Show podcast. It is only about 10, 15 minutes away. You can watch it live on YouTube or on Twitch. Just go and search for the KVJ Show. Before we get there, Bird, wrap us up with your thought for the day.
Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude.
Damn, that's good.
I am.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.